Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Last week, Jesus, it feels like so long ago. Am I the only one who thinks
It
that?
does feel
Anyways,
like
a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away.
It's our other game. We played that already.
Howard, but what even happened last week? Someone back me up here. How did it start?
We went to the Ivory Fortress, Temple, Palace,
was-
Ivory something.
Yeah, Ivory
to go
Fortress.
talk
Every
to
fortress to visit Lord King Ulysses.
Lord King Ulysses
Stabathard Venison
Bloodclaw
Bloodclaw III. And as you did, you informed him. You started out by lying, saying that Hogar did indeed win the Rumpus Ring, as he only spider climbed upside down against the ring and cast an illusion spell. But as soon as proof was required, you all quickly backed out of this lie and decided to go for a truthful answer, hoping that maybe he would respect your honesty, whereas in fact you just educated him about the qualities of the gem he was unaware of, to which he promptly said, "Oh, well, you guys can leave now," and presumably started bidding it to the highest buyer. You didn't hear much, but Sweetie, not Dabar, Ave.
oh shit. Yep, that's
he,
a thing.
he used his familiar to scout and saw the Lord King discussing the possible price of such an object. He went back to the forge. You forged some stuff. And of course, back to the ship where you were abruptly attacked by an orange lizard man with a fire elemental, as is now your daily life, as Nick is being currently hunted by 5 notorious assassins to be tested. As you all got back on the ship, you decided that, well, Sweetie decided that after hearing a distressing message from his familiar in Roku's voice, that we all needed to sit down and have a chat. Everyone woke up at the wee hours of the morn to discuss how they feel about things. It went relatively well, but people got things out in the open, but feelings also might have been hurt. So, takes a little bit of give and take. But eventually, you all got to understand each other a little more, whether it be looking upon them negatively or positively. You still got to understand each other's motives just a bit more. And that night, that morning, is where we will pick up, as the sun is now shining overhead on a eerily quiet Truscan morning. What do you guys do?
Right. Wake up. Stretch myself. Yeah. Stretch. And then I'm gonna go wake up Roku.
Roku, of course, taking residence on the top deck, along with Sweetie, as you guys have now made a sort of... You guys have spread out a lot more, taking up a lot more room of this ship than you have previously.
And then I'm gonna say hello to Hogar, who's walking down from the crow's nest after keeping watch last night.
Hogar, as casually silent as he usually is.
Hey, Hogar. I give Hogar a pat on the back, and I'm gonna head over to Roku. And if he's not awake, then I'll wake him up. Roku.
I like to think before I open my eyes, I look through with like X-ray at his face.
Stare through your own eyelids.
And then, good morning, Gronk, with my eyes closed.
Right, you're awake. We gotta move. This is the day we go, but we grab a block and then we head out.
I promptly stand up, put my maul axe on my back, get ready for the day, such and such, and head off, I suppose.
All right. And with that, is everyone who is not going to the forge. You all wake up on your own devices and look at Gronk and Roku as they get ready to leave for the morning.
Oh, hello, Hogar.
I feel like he needs like a speak and spell thing. Where it's like, hello, sweetie.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah. Holy shit. Jared is just one step closer to Stephen Hawking.
You mean the guy who left Sid?
Sorsk, yeah.
Sork.
Sork. Sorsk. Sork.
I mean, I don't know. Everyone's saying he's being all truthful and such. I don't know. Do you guys trust him?
Right, I trust him, but I think that's not Hogar's qualm. He could just... It's not super safe for him. But I think he's extra manpower, and then...
I would say we could use him as leverage, but, you know,
Right.
he tends
Doesn't
to
care
kill
about
his
it.
men whenever he doesn't really care for him anymore. So that wouldn't really do. Where is that Sorsk guy? Did I say his name wrong?
He's in my room, and I think the safest place for him to be is with us, because we can kick butt.
Does someone want to go with me and distract him while I read his mind? I don't know, just being all precautionary and such. Nope.
You apparently
Going
met
down.
with a silence as no one else wants to help you read his mind.
I haven't even left my room yet. I'm still downstairs.
Right, sweetie. Hogar will give him cheese, and then Roku and I gotta go and pick up that adamantine block and do some last-minute forging.
Oh, forgot about that. I don't know. That was a really long night. I don't know. It seemed to slip my mind. You guys go pick that up. I know you want to leave some for him, but don't leave a whole lot. That stuff's kind of pricey. Hogar, you want to come with, or can I have some cheese to go give him? Okay.
All right. Nikolai, do you wish to stay in your room all morning? You can hear them just discussing generally.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to stay in here for the time being, at least.
Like we've all done in our teenage years, we coop up in our room away from civilization. Specifically,
Meditating.
You walk downstairs. Hogar, you reach into your sort of cloak pocket and just a whole wedge of cheese appears, as if never tarnished by anyone before. A complete, steady supply of cheese directly in your pocket. But you guys know that Sork is currently in Gronk's room. And then Gronk and Roku, you guys leave to find Dench.
Mm-hmm.
Or go back to the forge, where Dench. All right. Hogar. Sweetie. Jesus, you guys got a lot of names. You walk up to Gronk's door. You don't hear anything particularly, just a door.
Hello?
I'm here.
Here.
With the sound of that, there's the halfling man wearing his still dirtied tux, with that sultry voice he must use to play, sing along with his piano playing. He is just sitting around, staring at stuff. Yeah. Am I allowed to come out yet?
spy balls.
What?
Hogar casts detect magic looking for spy balls.
Hogar?
Hogar
Right,
detected
right.
or cast detect magic looking
Oh,
for
Jesus.
divinations.
I can't. Sorry, I thought you were saying, like, I, Hogar, cast the. Yeah, no, you don't see anything particularly.
Okay.
So I just wanted to ask you a few questions.
I kind of like. Is there any chairs or in this room?
There's the bed, and then there's like a sort of like a vanity with a mirror, but nothing for. You actually would know this due to your frequent staying in Gronk's room in the past.
I'll pull out the dresser thing, or yeah, and like hop up and like sit on the edge of the vanity.
As you've done before.
So, Hogar, give this man some cheese. I bet he's hungry. We just wanted to ask you again. So why did you leave Sid? And yeah, like why?
He slowly takes the cheese and like, I thought I got this all out of the way before.
I don't think I was in here when we had that conversation. If you could just re-explain it to me here, I'm just a little lost. The whole story.
The whole. And he goes on to explain the depths of how he was a young man, a halfling, not able to afford his own piano and music lessons, and he was very passionate about music at a young age, and he wanted to pursue it, but he didn't have the funds for it. Whereas Sid came along and said, "Sure, I'll give you the funds for it, but only if you work at my private club, and you can't tell anyone about anything you see in here, and you're sworn to me for the rest of your life, but I'll pay for anything you want." So he lived a life of luxury and hedonism until eventually he saw the horrors that Sid is capable of, killing his own men, holding other people's friends hostage and torturing them. And he decided that once he saw you guys and how Sid sort of seemed to be hesitant to get on your bad side, he realized that you guys may be the ones to stand up to Sid, and thus he fled to where you all were. Which was presumably trust, because that's where Sid told you to go.
Is he lying?
Roll an insight check.
He might be. It's a 9.
You can't spot anything untruthful, and Hogar sort of every once in a while you'll give a look to Hogar will nod, as he has a zone of truth on this man recently, and they sort of checked out his story, gave him a lot of different questions to see the validity of his answers.
So what? You just kind of got sick of it and left?
Yeah, you guys showed me that you can stand up to him.
And a guy with that many secrets and who holds this much power, he just let you leave.
No, he didn't know I left until I was gone.
So if he has any word of where you are, you're as good as dead.
Worse than dead. I'll end up like those friends of yours. He takes another long bite of cheese.
I don't know. I trust you, kind of. Like, I hope you see where I'm coming. It's easy for someone to just be like, "Oh, here's a spy," and like, I don't know. You have a good sounding story, so it's like, it's hard to just be like, "Nah, he's a liar," or "It's 100% the truth."
A couple days ago, this man put some sort of spell on me, requiring me to tell the truth. I'm sure everything lines up.
Well, I mean, I think I've seen him do that before, and from what I've seen, it's kind of just easy to walk your way around the truth, or around lies, around the truth. You understand?
But is there anything else I could say?
Mm, not really. Just enjoy your cheese.
Oh, your friends? They're in a room underneath his casino. There's one of his enforcers named Dimitri. He's guarding them. And every once in a while, when he makes a show out of them, he brings them back to the club.
Um, give me a second. I think, just
And I will like start like rocking back and forth, acting like I'm about to pass out as I'm casting 2 charges of detect thoughts as I'm going to probe this guy's mind before I like fall unconscious into a nap.
All right. Roll a stealth check for me. Due to it, if you want to like genuine, or here you go, I'll give it to you because you're a bard. Performance check as you that's what you're shooting for. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You're trying to disguise you, slowly utilizing your monocle and mimicking these like strange incantations of this weird dead language and rocking back and forth. And you're trying to pull that off as a nap. So we'll see how you do.
I'm not casting magic. I'm just a sleepy sped.
Are you kidding me? Okay. It's a 2, but it's plus 7. It's 9 again. Last time it was a 7
Avery,
plus
you
2.
suck.
Gerald, what the fuck? This is your fault. You did this to me.
I have nothing to do with this. Your shitty
Whether or
rolls are your
not-
problem, not mine.
Whether or not he sees you doing this, he cannot resist the effects due to you expending that extra charge. As you do, you gain an extra insight onto his head, and your like whole perspective shifts, and it pans into his brain. And now you are looking down at a fine-dressed halfling man that is not yourself. As you stand off to the side in that underground club that you had previously been to, the dance floor with the lights that follow each footstep are there, and the sound of the elevator, the lift in the corner slowly lowering. There's a man, a half-orc man that you recognize, slightly overweight looking man, very twitchy. He's constantly looking around. He brings in the blue-skinned, green-bearded Captain Cooper. As he hauls him inward, you realize that his right arm is missing. This is, as he lifts his head up as he's brought towards the center of the room, so is his eye, as there's now just a scar and a gaping hole where his eye once was. He's led to the center of the room, where Sid proclaims loudly, "We're very sorry for what we're about to do, but your friends, they didn't save you when they had the chance, so I'm afraid we're going to have to kill you, and it's going to be terrible. So hold on." And you see as there's a group of these men all clad in black, except they wear the sort of plague doctor-esque mask that instead of a bird, it looks like the upper jaw and face of a purple dragon-like being, much like Sid, and a coin with Sid's face on it on their lapel. As they start hanging a noose from the rafters of the ceiling, where Sork, as you're looking into his mind, is like starting to look down and away from the sight. Cooper starts mumbling under his breath to himself, something you can't hear. But eventually the noose gets thrown over his neck and tightened, and he gets pulled up by one of these men in the black suits, as another man viciously starts cutting him as he hangs, and his blood starts dripping down onto the dance floor. And people from all around the room start throwing objects at him. And just as he's about to lose consciousness, he's dropped once again to the floor, where men make a mockery of him again and proceed to beat him into unconsciousness. And that is where Sork sort of like looks around, and you see that Sid is leaned forward in his throne, staring. And that is where he eventually closes his eyes and walks away, or turns into a dark corner of the room. You can't tell, as you can only hear the sounds of thuds and splatter of liquids as the memory then fades, and you are back to yourself in the room.
Sorry. Sometimes I randomly fall asleep. This doctor said it was a thing called narcolepsy, I believe.
Sweetie is narcoleptic confirmed.
Sweetie invented narcolepsy, confirmed.
I don't know. I had this really bad dream though. Do you find if we take a step out?
Can I go out too? It's been so long since I've seen the sun.
I mean,
It's been 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days with you, psychopaths. He's hearing like fireballs being shot off upstairs, and he's just like, hope they're okay.
Oh no. Has he been stuck in one room for a long time? That must be terrible.
I mean, I don't care. These other guys say like you should stay here for your own protection, but if you want to come out, sure.
All right, I'll be up in a moment. He seems to like start taking his suit jacket off. He rolls up his sleeves a little bit. But do you guys step out of the room?
Does he just seem like he's like changing clothes, or does he seem like he wanted to do something?
No, he literally just that is the entirety of his routine before he
Gotcha.
goes up. But since you guys said you wanted to talk alone for a moment, he will give you your space.
As soon as I like step out, I'm gonna kind of like bring the door almost to a close, not to be like, not like the fuck you close the door even though he's coming out in a second, but like almost closing it, and then like as I'm walking off, telepathically to Hogar.
So apparently, I looked into his head, and I think they might have killed Captain Cooper. Either that or just beat him into unconsciousness, and I don't know. It looked pretty bad.
Hogar takes a moment to ponder this thought.
I mean, yeah, that's our goal. I'm just scared we might be too late.
And then I go off to walk upstairs.
All right. Nikolai, do you want to proceed to meditate in your room as well?
Oh. I'll get up and go upstairs.
Nikolai, actually, as you spent your morning meditating, you can't. You focus on and your room becomes sort of that chamber of self-actualization. As around you, you imagine the space is just a pure blank white, and every once in a while, on either side of you, you'll get a glance in the corner of your eye of a black shadowed figure, where you'll turn and it will be gone. And the next time, minutes later, a figure over on your right will show up and you'll turn and it will be gone. But eventually, you open your eyes and see the reality of the world. and make your way upstairs. With that, we cut back to Gronk and Roku, as you have now made your way to the cross hands, that familiar heat pumping out of even the door before you open it. I presume you go inside?
Yes, I do at least.
Yep.
All right. As you walk in, that familiar half-orc face with the goggles over his eyes, Dench Fellhammer, is sort of standing by the flames, stoking it for a morning of work, presumably.
Okay, I'll
Dench.
take.
I just greet him with Dench.
Oh. Is that the armor you've been making here? And he looks to Gronk.
Yes, this is a team effort. Anyway, we're here to pick up our adamantine block. We were gonna leave you some. Roku, did you want to make like a longsword or a new glaive or anything before we have to leave?
Maybe some arrowheads.
True, Hogar did ask for arrowheads, didn't he? Okay. Well, I'm thinking maybe a warhammer that matches this color, and I point to my armor. Right. So, like, would you mind helping us with that, Dench, so we can go about it faster, or is that like a no-no?
I have a few orders to get ready this morning.
Right. Would you like some help with that?
No, it's fine. You use it.
We'll be out of your hair in no time.
All right. I'll leave you alone. Don't worry. And as he gets to he starts walking past you, Roku, and he gives that scan that you're all too familiar with. By the way, if you need me, I'll be at that auction downtown.
Do I know what he's talking about?
Not that you know of.
What auction?
Ulysses, talking about some sort of stone. Anyways,
All right.
see you later. Opens up the door, walks out. And you guys glance, and he has like this chunk of metal, like prepared. He stoked the flames. He's got all the smithing tools out. And when you guys arrived, he just kind of left.
Yes, Jared, they are. We had that issue earlier.
All right. Let's get to work, and then we'll head back to the ship. And should we tell them about the auction?
I'm sure Sweetie wants to go to that.
All right.
All right.
So what do you guys get to working on?
Arrowheads first,
Okay,
or hammer
arrowheads
first?
first.
I figured
Either or.
arrowheads would be quicker. And then warhammer.
Okay, arrowheads first.
So I'm gonna heat metal this bitch.
How many are we making here? Like 5?
5 works for me. I mean, doesn't matter. I'm cool with whatever.
Do 5.
All right. With your make your respective checks and whatnot. I will be back in just a sec.
So I'm not like super there. But also, maybe don't use up all the infernal adamantine because we could maybe get somewhere at the auction using that as collateral. Like say, hey, no money, but giant block of priceless, indestructible metal that we can trade.
We have over 50 pounds at like $5,000 a pound.
Okay.
So I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Also, if
I'm gonna
you're
use a
talking about
luck
5
point. Let
arrowheads,
the public record show that I'm using a luck point.
also
I rolled pretty
Five-
good, so
if it's just 5 arrowheads, I don't know, maybe like a pound,
Okay, that's a lot better.
because like 5 arrowheads might be like.
well, he
0.2
always
pounds
recovers
of
his
it.
arrows too, so I'm not too worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Dirty 20.
All right.
16.
You heat as the stockpile of adamantine grows smaller and smaller. It becomes slightly less difficult to heat up and make malleable. But give me a hot sec here. But with that, you sort of carve out a slice, and while making weapons that are ranged, that aren't your specialty, you take a pound of it and make what is basically adamantine arrowheads. As you aren't super familiar with how to make arrows, you sort of make just these green metal triangles that seem to be attachable, and you hope for the best.
Yay.
You spend about 2 hours doing that, though.
Grunk happy. Alright then. Warhammer, and then we're done. Unless you want like a long sword or a glaive or something. Nope, you're good? Alright then.
Nope, I'm good.
And then set to work making Warhammer.
All right. Once again, roll your checks here.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Let the public record show that I would like to use a second luck point.
I got a 10.
I got a 15.
You take the time, at least 4 more hours, to slowly chip away at your diminishing stockpile of precious metal. And when you do, you know by the time you make the handle, this is not your finest work, as it has no intricacies, no design to it. It's just a metal pole that you shove into an even messier looking axe or hammer head. It has no sort of artistic stylings. It is quite literally like you just took this chunk of metal and shoved it onto a stick. You think that the weight to this thing is way off. It's not what you were going for at all.
I mean, it'll hit things, so yeah.
Will it hit things as effectively as a more beautiful?
Like, is it less effective as my regular Warhammer, or what's up?
It certainly looks that way.
Okay, can we
Like-
give
like
her a retry?
I'll give her a try. We'll see, mechanically speaking. Anything to smash in here, Roku? Test dummy things?
Crates and barrels that are presumably full of objects.
Right, probably don't want to smash those.
Can we retry forging it, or at least trying to clean up the?
You assume it would take another.
We
length
don't
of
have the
time,
time for it.
such
We've
as-
already been at this 6 hours. We need to get back to the ship and get going.
Okay, we can retry on the go then.
All right then. Are we going to tell Sweetie about the auction?
He'll most likely want to go.
Speed is of the essence, and not exact. Yeah. Okay. Fair decision, and I respect it. Plus, I'm not
Well-
even sure we'd be allowed.
What is the decision? Are we not telling him?
I figure we'll keep this one to ourselves.
I mean, we can figure out where the rock goes, and plus we could use the adamantine to get it ourselves.
True. All right, fine. Let's go check out. I'll send Sweetie a message. I'm gonna cast sending.
Sweetie, it's been 6 hours since they've gone. You were expecting a relatively expedient picking up of items and coming back, but it has now been many, many hours.
Right, Sweetie, the Lord King is auctioning off the rock. Meet us at the forge. That's it. You have
Like-
25 words to respond.
Right now? Do you want me to leave at this very moment? Should I bring money? I don't know. What do you want me?
All right, Roku, let's go buy this stupid rock for Sweetie.
Okay, how much adamantine's left?
It said £1 for the arrows. How much was the warhammer?
2 pounds.
Okay, 2, 3. All right, that's 47 pounds of adamantine left, and at 5,000 a pound.
I'm gonna cut off 2 pounds, so 45. Make it nice and even.
Okay,
Beautiful.
25 times
2,250 or something like that.
22,500 gold is how much this block is worth.
225000.
All right,
All right.
then. Ready to go, Roku?
I'm going to take that 2 pound block that I did, and I'll put it up on the forge, and I'm gonna stick a piece of paper. I'm assuming there's paper around that I can write
Sure.
on. I'm gonna leave a little note. To Dench from Roku. Thanks for everything.
All right, a bit of a repayment for the amount of time you've spent here over the last course of the week. You set up this green, bubbling, magical metal up against the wall, leaving it a gift for your previous mentor. Sweetie, back on the ship, you heard Grunk just talk about the auction of a certain stone.
Where's Hogar and Nick?
That is kind of up to them to decide. Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest. Nikolai, are you at least up deck? You're muted.
I'm waiting topside for him to get back because I was the one who was going to sail us. So
I don't know. I was probably in the captain's quarters, so I'll walk out of there.
Guys,
Look up at the crow's nest and like look over at the helm of the ship.
yes, what is it?
so well, come down here.
And then like I'll kind of like group us up just so I'm not yelling.
As you see, as this time has passed, Sork, the halfling man, is sort of like just chilling, looking at stuff. He's like enjoying the fresh air for the first time. And Nikolai, you're like, pussy. After his 2 days of confinement, he's losing his mind, and you're like, but
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Okay.
So not Roku, the other one, Gronk, that's his name.
Not racist at all.
I didn't mean it like that. Fuck you.
So he did the thing he usually does with Enigma, but with me. And he told me that they're planning on doing an auction somewhere in Trusk, and they're going to do it for the stone. So they told me to meet us there at the forge.
We're going to go try and buy the stone.
Well, buy it. We can try. If it goes a little overpriced, we
We have
We
lots of
can try.
money, and we don't have much else to spend it on, so we can throw money at the problem until it goes away. Also, I think we have at least one that comes to mind, magical item that is not currently in use. We can use as collateral.
Which one? What?
We have a cloak of elven kind that nobody is wearing, so we could offer that up as well.
What did Gronk say that one did again?
It makes you stealthy.
Oh, well, I'm already kind of stealthy, so someone else should do that. We can try and steal it.
I say
think if
steal
we
very
could-
quietly.
I think if we could purchase it, that is definitely preferable than to make ourselves enemies of Thrust. They have posed as allies thus far. I think it would be unwise to change that status.
Well,
We've already sort of shaken things up with Roku's gruesome murder of their local hero.
I have another idea. We could just keep a close eye on it, or 5 eyes on it.
I mean, send in your little friend to follow it around.
Yeah, like he could sit behind stage or something like that and just keep a good eye on it. Track it where it goes.
So
That one you guys could
first
carry me
we
around as I'm just focusing through
can-
him.
Try to purchase it, and if we cannot, then we have your little friend follow it.
Yeah, except for it would be watching it the entire time, just in case.
Okay, sounds good.
I
Well,
walk in.
I will go get as much money as I can get.
Don't I have all your money?
Yes, but I was going. I figured the money was downstairs or something. I was just going to carry it around.
Nope.
Why do we have a
Pulls
gold
out my
block?
pants.
You guys stole it.
We that was another one of our.
Oh,
materials
right.
we got.
Roku grabbed it when you were taking the stuff. Okay, gotcha. Then yes,
No,
you can
but
take
that-
that too.
No,
What did I grab?
I specifically noted there was not a gold block.
Yeah, no, that one was missing. There was a
Yeah.
titanium, a silver, and a.
Platinum,
We have
Or-
like 100 pounds
which
of
is-
platinum.
worth more, so that's better.
Yeah, there you go.
I will take that as well.
Hey, leave me some. I'm gonna use it.
I'm gonna take that as well. Roku's not here to tell me not to. He can yell at me later. Roku,
Yeah, we
if
can always just
like we
shave
get
off
to,
whatever we need.
like as a note, player to player, if you would not like me to barter your stuff, let me know that when our characters are together, and I will submit.
Hmm.
So
Question.
you're not irritated with me.
Out of game question. Platinum to gold ratio, is it like 10 gold for
Yeah.
one platinum?
Yeah,
10 to
one
1,
gold, one platinum is 10 gold.
Gotcha.
God damn.
Right?
And how many
That's what I'm
pounds
saying.
of it do we
if we
have?
could,
100.
What's that ratio, may I ask?
Well, times
Jesus, how much
10.
gold is a pound?
Oh,
fuck.
we-
Oh,
we're
shit, it's a-
talking gold coins, right?
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Gold
Okay.
coins, that'd be 4
I can go
ounces.
through and find all the currency and stuff in the book while we walk.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
God damn, we're fucking stacked. I didn't even think about that.
Right. And also we have this super metal that's indestructible and priceless. So
Okay, so 100 pounds. Well,
Math.
because
100 pounds.
but
It's
a
at
coin
least
worry
is
about
$1,000
other
gold.
stuff. I'm
Four-
worrying about the math and stuff.
but you gotta figure out what it'd be in
damn.
ounces if you want to know gold piece worth. If you're gonna turn
Well,
it into
Ounces you
coins,
could just
fucking-
convert into pounds, and then
Mhm.
Wouldn't it be 1,600? Something like that? Isn't it 16 ounces per pound or something?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of
Yeah,
cups a
but
gallon, I think.
where are ounces coming from? The book doesn't say anything about ounces. The book has this weight of gold is worth this much money. We don't need to worry in
Oh,
pounds.
okay,
We don't need to
That's
worry about
convenient.
ounces.
okay.
yeah,
Because the book does say coin 4 ounce.
I'm pretty sure it's like this many is pound. So then
Mhm.
we could do gold to pound it, then that amount of gold into platinum is really
Which is
complicated.
exactly what I'm doing right now.
Perfect. So, Gronk and Roku, do you also decide to walk to the auction?
Yes. I thought that's where we were headed.
But
Yeah.
we don't know how to get there. So
Okay.
Oh,
Where do you go?
Can we meet up with our shipmates first?
Yeah, we
You
can
can
do that.
certainly try. As you instructed Sweetie to come to the forge in the first place.
50 coins in a pound.
50 coins in a pound?
Perfect.
Oh, fuck.
That block, I believe.
50 grand? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep, it's worth 50,000 gold pieces. On
God
top of the 200,
damn!
on top of the 200 something that we have from the adamantine.
225,000 for the adamantine.
And plus, if we want to take the silver, even with that, that's even more money.
Right,
Not as
silver, I
much,
used
but
all
it's
of
still
it.
more. Oh,
I
well,
used all
never
of it.
mind.
He did. He used all of it.
So we have 275,000 gold pieces worth of raw
God.
materials.
Damn.
God damn!
Plus all of the actual gold coins that we have, which Sweetie is keeping track.
I have
I have,
over 6 grand in
I
my
have
butt.
just about 4,000, so
And with that,
So an additional
you
10
guys
grand.
see that you guys reunite as friends, carrying poundage of precious metals, marching down the street. Your pockets are just shaking with coins as you hold these fucking big blocks of metal.
Let us go purchase rocks. Yes.
is that my platinum?
Yes, it is.
We can't use all of that. I want to use it.
How much will you need?
About 70 pounds.
Oof, that cuts down the cash
You know,
quite a bit.
okay, we'll see how much we have after. I think I'm not
And-
Roku. I think
Let's-
this is our priority at the moment. We can always get you more metal.
Let's not go all in at once. Nobody's about to bid 300 grand. But start with the adamantine, and we'll move on from there.
Why don't we start with the less expensive? You know what? Let's just go.
Okay, fine.
Where are you guys going?
Downtown.
Roku, as a lifelong Truscan resident, you'd understand where the general vicinity of downtown is, but so you sort of like you've always made a direct line down the street from the Crimson Clover way off on the other end, and then you like walk all the way through this grass field into the city, down the street, and then past that is the temple and the Ivory Fortress and all that stuff. So you just sort of like take a turn and divulge into the center of the depths of the city, and this entire city blocks of just precious metals making up these elegantly tall skyscraper-like buildings. And finally, you stand on a hill and look downward at a circular courtyard that is adorned with 5 rows of chairs and an awning blocking out the sun over the seating. And you see a crowd of people, some wearing their finest and most elegant clothing, checking in with the Lord King himself, and then going to sit down at this presumed auction. And some are just watching. Money gets spent. But yeah, people are just sort of gathered around this small shaded area.
Should we go check in with the Lord King? I think Gronk and myself should go. The rest of you should stay behind. Hogar, you seem a little silent, so we could do the talking. And the other two, he seems not too fond of you guys at the moment.
He loved me.
Oh, right, I forgot. Anyway, Roku, you come as well. Sweetie, you sort of pissed him off, though, so you should probably stay behind.
I don't really piss him off.
You can make sure Hogarth is okay. He's kind of quiet.
He's being quiet, and it concerns me.
Shouldn't have eaten so many damn walnuts.
All right, so the group of 3 of you walk forward, and you see as you like are immediately not fitting in with the crowd, as you wear either elegant armor, demonic armor, or a gi for martial artists. The rest of the crowd is either wearing their like nice like dress shirts and nice garb or dresses or just anything that isn't battle armor in some way. But you guys walk up to the sort of the edge of this shaded awning area where the Lord King stands, and he looks at you and, well, if it isn't my favorite citizens.
Yes, we as a show of good faith after our less than honest interaction yesterday have come with wares in hopes to purchase artifacts when we heard of a mighty auction held by the Lord King himself, and I'll bow slightly.
Oh, I'm finally getting the respect I deserve from this bunch. Well, don't worry about it. It was your tip of the magical qualities that had me get it checked out. You see, I talked with our resident alchemist, Nalar, and she says this is quite the feat of magical engineering. This. Anyways,
Out
I
of
hope
curiosity, do you have a an expected taking today? You have an amount of money that you expect to earn?
Its estimated value is 250,000 gold pieces. Bidding starts at 100,000, not 100 gold. Anyways,
Well,
we got the word out yesterday, and look how many damn people showed up. And you can see that like all these chairs are filled. The crowds are all watching. There is like 5 or so chairs in the back. Like the back right row hasn't been filled, as you guys are like the last people showing up. Anyways, hope you brought your cash today. You're going to have to be dropping a lot to beat some of these investors here.
oh, we did.
Good.
Anyway, it was good to see you.
Are you still carrying the block of platinum?
Yes, I hold this big block of. I'll look down at it. Oh, we did.
All right. Well, good luck out there. It's a rough world we're living in. You know, lots of rich people. You got to look out.
You don't know the half of it. And I'll turn around and go back into the crowd.
All right. And he sort of like backs up and moves past. There's a sort of raised wooden platform stage area. He moves past it to a sort of building behind him. It's like 10 feet behind this little awning is an entrance to like a warehouse looking building where things seem to be waiting. Would anyone like to do anything before this thing starts?
Right, we should probably count how much money we have.
I did some quick calculations. Assuming we are willing to spend everything, we have 285,000 gold pieces worth of materials.
Right. Let's just hope these people don't have nearly that much.
That is not taking into account the unused magical item that we have obtained. I don't know how much that is worth, so I could not take that into account when I did the calculations. As far as the platinum and our actual coin and not the infernal adamantine, the adamantine, that is about what it's all worth. It's also possible that perhaps due to the nature of Trusk and its emphasis on forging as well as strong weapons and armor, that they could perhaps hold the adamantine in higher esteem than we were previously told, but I wouldn't bank on that. Sort of a supply and demand situation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, will Roku, Gronk, and Nikolai all roll perception checks for me as you take glances through the crowd. Those of you at the back, unfortunately, due to your amount of space away and like the angle you guys are at, you can't see people within this awning area. But you guys all scan the crowd. What'd you guys get?
And 22.
10.
18.
All right. You glance around and you sort of get a look at all the people you've seen. Some you recognize as the high betters from the Rumpus Ring. But Nikolai, very clearly to you, in the front row is divided into, it has sort of an aisle down the middle. It's like church pews. They have an aisle down the middle where people can walk down. But on the front and on the left side is a half-orc man who constantly keeps looking over his shoulder. And you know it as one of Sid's goons that you saw in that bar that night. Ready to, basically, he looked ready to jump on the attack at any given moment. There are also some other people in the crowd
Is he like with somebody, or does he appear to be like
he
with a
sits
posse?
there. He's not talking to anybody, and the people next to him you don't recognize as his crew or anybody else you have seen in that. There's also some other people. Give me a sec here. That you saw the slightly overweight orc-looking man. There's also another person who looks to be a red tiefling, dressed in a nice fancy blue coat, and like he's kind of old, but whatever, you don't think much of him. And as you scan the area around, that's about anyone of note that you recognize. All right, is everyone which is waiting for the thing to start?
Let us begin.
Are these three coming back to like with Sweetie and Hogar? Or are they back with us yet?
I believe they just like assimilated into the crowd of people.
Okay. So like we're not
Am I
together as a
correct in
group?
that assumption? No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Okay. Finally, the Lord King eventually walks out of the warehouse that he was in from behind and up these couple of steps, and this hulking man is no longer surrounded by his 4 orc security posse you often see, but he stands in front of and says, "Thank you all for coming. This is a very eventful day in Truscan history. You see, a very, very interesting stone has been procured for us. And I just like to thank these 3 here letting me know about these stones' magical properties, allowing me to sell it at the price we are today." And everyone turns to you, and it's just like, "Oh," and you get a nice reassurance of golf claps. Now, I had our resident mage check it out, and holy hells, this thing can sell. Anyways, this thing comes from the Boothgart Glom mines of our own Trusk. Potiphar, bring out the stone. And everyone, a hushed silence falls upon the crowd as yet again, hulking, even compared to the Lord King's size, a minotaur, as he walks out of the warehouse from behind, him carrying this nicely adorned jewel box, where he walks up to this little stage area and opens it, and there you all see that familiar yellow gem. This stone, yes.
During this time, I kind of like to sneak through the crowd and try and make my way up to my allies.
Roll stealth check.
Well, not really. Okay.
I mean,
24.
It's sort of how readily you can squeeze through people's legs. Due to the fervent nature of all these people, you sort of as you just start walking up, you're like, excuse me, and they're like, no, I got here first, get out of here. Everyone's very difficult to give up their spot so quickly, so you just eventually just do that. You just go on all fours, just scuttling through the crowd. You go under some seats, and you just pop up right beside all your friends.
Hey, can one of you hold me and jump into whoever's arms, look ready the fastest?
I will hold them above my head, Lion King style.
Oh no, not like that. I'm going to take
That's what I'm doing.
out from under my shirt and I'm gonna fall limp as I like gain control of him as like a little drone.
You're like,
and
Oh,
And
cool.
I want-
and I'm gonna over one shoulder.
like bob and weave through legs to get up near the front stage area, just to kind of like always like just be there to make sure I know where the stone is going at all times.
All
But
right,
like
roll.
still like stealthy.
Roll another stealth check. This one using its stat.
Mhm.
That's what we're
Sorry,
calling it. I
did
don't.
not have it. I did not have it at the ready.
Well,
You're a dumbass.
correct.
What? +2. That's going to be a 16.
He sort of like floats between people's legs for a bit, much like you did. And then sometimes through the chairs, he would have to like tuck his tendrils in and sort of like barrel roll through the openings. But eventually rolls, staring at some very elegant looking shoes and also up at the gem from within the crowd.
Good.
And it seems that everyone's attention is diverted up at this shimmering gem that has now been brought out by this minotaur, this half man, half bull beast, who looks very frightening as he like huffs as he holds it.
The second one of these we found at an auction.
Slave.
Remember the slave?
The slave. I forgot I've already done an auction. I've totally forgot about that.
Really? I was
Yeah,
thinking about that the whole time.
I didn't mean for this to be like a thing. Like I don't know why. Anyways, this stone is full of interesting powers, and I'm sure you're all very excited as to find out what they are. Not only can this stone heal your wounds, but it has the power to revive you after you die. And the whole crowd's like, oh. And not only can it revive you after you die, but it will keep you from dying in the first place, making you able to maintain your current youth for eternity. And you hear like some hushed whispers between the people, as having this is the rumored quality that most people have come for. The bidding starts at 100,000 gold pieces. Immediately, half the people in the crowd just stick their hands up in the air. The bidding starts off very, very, very quickly. 100, 110, 120, 130. It gets all the way up to 200,000. And then suddenly, again, without even any opposition, 250,000. It seems this current revelation that it can restore such age is a interesting development to most. 270,000. The nervous half-orc man raises his hand. 275,000. Can I get 275?
280,000.
280,000. 285? 285? All right. Going once. Going twice. The tiefling man flings his hand in the air. 285,000. Can I get 290? 290 anywhere. 290. 290 going once. Going. The half-orc man raises his hand. 290,000. 295. Do I see 295 anywhere in the crowd? 295.
Can I okay. As I want to wake up from
You,
it.
yeah, shoot awake, slung over Nikolai's
Yeah,
shoulder.
if he moves, like he rustles when he wakes up and it startles me and I just drop it. Sorry,
Nikolai,
little friend. Yes.
We'll find a way out of this. I climb up on his legs, raise my hand.
You're like, wait, what are you doing?
350,000.
The crowd stops. 350,000. Can I get 355? You, sir? 355. You, sir? 355.
I'm gonna lean over to Gronk. We may have to give up your armor.
Going once. Going twice. 355,000 for the half-orc man in the front.
Oh, thank God.
Can I get 360? 360.
I'm gonna cover Sweetie's mouth with my hand and
I'm
like
gonna pull
his-
Gronk's
No, no, no,
hand
no, no.
down.
As he does that, I want to telepathically.
No, we need to get Sid to spend the most money possible. This guy's not gonna give up.
We can sell Sweetie's armor since he's the one doing it, man.
Oh, true.
Sure.
Sweetie.
Yeah,
It's like 125,000 extra.
this is like to them telepathically.
I'll give up my armor. I'll do anything. We just need to make sure Sid spends the most money possible.
Can I get 360? 360.
400.
400,000. Sir, 400,000. And the half-orc man sits there, and you can see him visibly just.
And as he's like starting to do that, I'm gonna turn around.
This guy's gonna keep bidding higher and higher because Sid needs this.
What if he doesn't?
400,000. Can I get 405?
You better pray to God that he does.
400? 5? Sir? You can see the half-orc man.
No.
400,000
no,
going once.
Sweetie. Sweetie.
400,000 going twice. The half-orc man raises his hand. 405,000!
No more, Sweetie. No more. I can't do
Can
that.
I get 410, sir? 410?
And I'm gonna look over at them. Okay, good job. I'm gonna fall lively again. 'Cause I it's eyes.
405,000 going once. Going twice.
I wanna look over at the half-orc man. Does he look like he would go any higher?
The half-orc man's going like this. So judge, roll an insight check if you really want to
That's what I would
try to read any emotions from that.
Hogarth's asking
21.
if he can see him from the back.
No. As previously mentioned, the angle wouldn't allow it to be seen. 21, you said?
21. Yeah.
Yeah, this dude did not want to go past 400. You feel like his goal was 400K, so when you went from 350 to 400, that's when you noticed this guy really just was like, no.
Well, like he's already past it. So
The dude isn't. You can
Do
tell
it.
this guy doesn't want to spend any more money, but
okay.
Just kill him.
insight is like judging a future person's actions. It's
Yeah.
still kind of difficult to know.
I get it.
As this
No,
dude is just like
no
literally.
more. No more. I don't.
Do it.
We'll have to give them our ship if we keep bidding.
405 going once, going twice. So to the half-orc man, gentlemen in the front, come.
Now I
Come
want
with
my
me and we
gazer
can talk.
to move up and like be as stealthy as possible, be on this guy's ass the entire time.
Everyone stands up at once, sort of like announcing that it's done. Well, the half-orc man slowly rises and moves to the front of the stage as Ulysses sort of gives him that handshake and that back pat as they both turn backwards, walking towards the room as the Minotaur man closes the box and holds it like a football, like tucked in, as he walks that 10 feet, protecting it at all costs. And with that, I need your gazer to roll another stealth check if you would like to avoid being caught.
That's a 4. That's my second 2 of the night.
As they start walking back, the crowds start dispersing, and you guys see as Sid's henchman walks behind where he was at. And as he does, they open the door, and you like try to glimpse inside what might be in this warehouse room, and it shuts as 2 half-orc men step in front of the door and give a very bouncer-esque appearance as they look down and go, What the hell is that thing?
I'm gonna take this hunk of platinum that I've been holding, this 100-pound hunk of platinum, turn to Roku and hand it to him.
Thanks.
And then I want to like go around that building they're in and look for other entrances, windows, anything like that.
How does clairvoyance work? Like, does it work like the sensor, where it follows them around?
Did you read the spell?
I'm like reading it right now. I just came up with the idea, but I don't want to like move further on
Okay,
from
yeah,
this
yeah.
point if I want to use it.
Is it a level?
No. It remains level 3. It remains in one spot.
Gronk's full.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so that's a no on the clairvoyance.
How were they gonna walk deeper into the room? Could I see into the room?
I mean, you can.
Like before he shuts the door, can I see into the room?
Where he shuts the door. No. It's heavily obscured by the people standing in front of it.
Okay.
You just see the sort of vast emptiness, and also clairvoyance casts 10. It requires 10 minutes to cast. So like
shit.
that also would be
An issue.
possible.
I got you. Okay.
On your plan. All right, Nikolai, are you trying to sneak around these 2 guards in the front?
I want to like walk over like in the direction of the building and not approach the entrance that they are. And I'm not like trying to be sneaky yet. I'm just like walking. Like the old adage of you'll never get caught if you look like you belong. So I'm just like walking around.
Isn't that how
building.
Idris died?
Yes.
Where's Sweetie at?
as
Oh,
the
he's still
people
being
eventually
misbehaving.
fade out of the market square, you guys see as Nikolai sort of approaches the door, and then as these guards look up and like give you a look, you just like divert your path and start walking around the building, and they seem to have no problem with you doing that.
Are there any other entrances?
As you
Windows even?
would you like to like scan around the?
Yeah.
There are windows. There are a couple on each side, about 4, spanning the entire width of this room, and they're sort of like glazed over, and they're pretty small, but and they're up pretty high. They're about 20 feet up in the air. As being a warehouse, it's like fucking big ass building.
Yeah. I'm gonna look over at Gronk, or not Gronk, Roku, and motion for him to come over towards me.
I'm gonna
I
go
want
walk
it
over
to like
to him.
fly over with him.
Roku, give me a boost. And I nod up to the window.
Set my box of platinum on the ground, and
The guards all watch you as you guys like one by one like walk past this door, or like walk past the building, and like.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The jeweled box, what did it look like it was made out of?
The box they brought out with the stone in it.
Yes.
Wood. It had some sort of inlay of fabric to packaging to like not have it move around if the box gets shaken.
I meant like the outside. What is the outside of the box?
Wooden. It has like the treasure chest-esque shape that like sort of opens up at a hinge in the back. It has a latch to it that could theoretically a lock could be put on, but it didn't.
Cool.
Bro, can you give me a boost?
yeah. But can I also look for the? I'm gonna watch for the guards. I'm gonna go.
You like sort of take a glance around, like I'm not doing anything shady. Look, and then you. Are you trying to like grab onto the window, or are you trying to like look into it?
Grab onto it.
Okay. I need you to roll an athletics check, both of you.
While they're jumping,
24.
I want the gazer to just kind of like move up and just kind of watch.
Oh boy. 12.
24 to grab the window.
Okay. Roku sort of like, and he actually decides, better yet, stand on the platinum, get like a bit more height advantage. But as he throws you up, the weight distribution gets thrown off, and it like, and he like shifts, and you're like shit, and Roku just stumbles into the dirt behind him. But Nikolai, you manage to just hop up perfectly fine and grab the ledge. And as you're like pulling yourself upwards slowly on this windowsill, this little monstrosity.
I look through the window.
All right. Roll perception check.
15.
The window itself is like glazed. It's like sort of that glass that lets in light but doesn't do much for vision, and it is actually like in the building. Does that make sense? Like it's built into the foundation of the building. In how I imagine it, there's a bathroom in the Keystone Park, and it's like a concrete wall, and the windows are just like slabs of like glass squares put directly into it.
Hey, Roku, toss me one of those new arrowheads you made. I'm going to use the arrowhead and try to, like...
Are you going to... That's awesome. Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check. For the cutting and removal of this...
All right.
Roll
Can
high.
my gazer also look in?
Yeah.
14?
Roll a perception check for him, too. Or it, too. Or, listen, I don't know.
20.
Okay. It comes to the same problem, but it can make out the figures inside. But, Nikolai, you as well. I'll describe it at the same time as you. Like, you, like, sort of... like, Puss in Boots in Shrek.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Shrek 2.
It was the exact moment of my mind as you pull it out and you place it, and you like it, like slowly it like cuts to a camera angle from within the building looking at the window as you see like, and then an eye stalk sort of like as it glazes in
touches
the
me on
hole
the
as
side of
well.
the head, and I'm like, ugh.
You're like, you give each other a look and look back through the window. You guys see as this building is like full of these metal shelves that are meant for holding wooden crates. But as you can see, it is completely empty. The only thing that remains is the Lord King and his Potiphar, this minotaur you guys saw holding the box. And there stands the oh so familiar purple dragonborn, overweight, wearing his green tracksuit, Sid, and his crew of Declan, the wizard you guys saw, that bugbear that ran the weapon shop, the overweight half-orc man, and two men wearing those purple dragon masks, all black, and that coin on his lapel. And as they walk in, you hear the Lord King say, I thought someone else was going to have the cash to afford this for a moment there. I'm glad you got all your arrangements out of the way. That would have been for an awkward ride home with you guys. He sort of laughs. Sweetie, you had your hand raised.
As soon as it sees them inside, I'm going to flash back to Sweetie, get up, and calmly walk over to the side of the like scared, but like calmly walk like downside of the building, kind of away as well, trying to like look like I'm not going where they just walked, but like
you like there are like buildings
far back.
around this like making like this circle. But as you even start walking over there, the guard on the left looks at you and goes, "Hey, what's so important back there?"
What? I'm not going back there. I'm going over here.
I'm like not pointing behind the building, but like pointing like 45 degrees to
roll a deception check.
left.
I was going to say, you should say a chick fight.
Hey boys, that's my third 2 of the night, but I got plus 10 to it, so it's a 12.
All right. Nick, keep looking forward.
As soon as I see Sid, I'm going to drop to the floor. Look at the rest of the group and say, Sid's in there. I say we go now. Better to fight him here than on his own
Right.
turf.
Is
We have
he the
elements to surprise.
only one in there? Who's all in there?
No, but I don't care. We
As-
get in, we kill him, we
Right.
get out.
How many people are in there so we're ready for it?
Garrick, how many did you say?
There
The Lord
was
King, those two dudes, the half-orc, Sid. Oh, this is getting to be a lot.
when you start counting it, half orc and his minotaur, Sid, the two minions he has, the wizard, the half orc, and there's one
Lord
more.
King?
I feel like.
said the
No, I
half-orc
already said
twice.
that, and the bugbear that ran the weapon shop. There's 8 of them.
As soon as I get back
the-
over there, I'm going to like look at Roku and them.
Suddenly,
and just be
you see Sweetie approach from behind the building as he had to run around a different building to come back to avoid suspicion. As his little legs are like, he's doing the Jared run where he like skips.
Guys,
and I like really quietly.
guys, we need to teleport in now. We need to get in there.
Right. We don't need to teleport. Trust me, I have a way in. How many people do we have?
8. Including the Lord King, 8.
All right.
There are also, if you guys go in the main entrance, there are 2 guards that way.
Yeah, we ain't going in the main entrance. Right. Sweetie, can you have it make a distraction out front, like pew, pew, lasers, shoot things, get a commotion, so hopefully some of the people will leave the room to go investigate?
I mean,
I'm gonna look up. I want to like float back down.
go.
And just going to kind of nudge him out in front and basically just say
Distraction.
and
I don't know. Do something.
push him out.
Oh, now he's just gonna fly out in front of the guards, repeating, distraction, distraction.
The guards are like, Jesus, what the? As it turns the corner, it's that thing again. Should we kill it this time? Oh, look at it. It's so innocent.
I kind of
Come
want
here.
to just start.
What the? Ah, it burns. And they look up. Your little eyeball just goes, distraction. It starts shooting its eye lasers in every direction. And they pull out. One pulls out this big axe, another pulls out a sword and shield, and they just start chasing after it. And they're like, it turns around and starts zooming.
I hand Hogar the arrowhead that Roku handed to me.
Right. Did the people out? Roku, can you see through the wall? Did any of the people in the room leave the room?
You see as there is the 2 henchmen or whatever you want to call them are sort of loading this smaller box into a large wooden crate with its own amount of packaging, and it looks to be as you cannot see through the crate, it looks to be hidden from this specific instance. It seems to be lined with a substance to make it so you cannot see within this, to be protected from any divination magic. But they're like, they had loaded up this crate with it, and they are slowly setting the small gem box into the other crate. And then you can see as they put the lid on it, and they take out a hammer and nails and like, and they start nailing this crate together, securing it shut. But no, all of them are in there, and all of them are talking.
We need to move quickly.
Right. Are we going to try and fight all 8 of them?
I can do some eye stuff to make one of them fight each other.
Right. Can you that now before we get in there so there's already sort of commotion?
Could I attempt to cast Crown of Madness, like looking through the wall?
That is a good question, because it does say creatures that you can see, which would usually be blocked with a wall. But in this case,
That's straight up yes.
that's a... Give me a sec here. I'm just going to read it.
Gerald is big brain.
And I'm thinking that the Minotaur is the dumbest one in there. So I'm going to do it on him.
The
Coming
dumbest and the
enemies of the
biggest.
state, let us go, brothers.
Okay, one humanoid trace that you can see within range. All right. You attempt to cast a spell?
On the Minotaur, and I'm gonna have him attack Sid. He needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
There he stands as he just set down the gem in the box, and he gets back up and sort of like is as these horns start sprouting out of his head, similar to the ones Roku wears, and everyone in the room looks like, What is this? What is happening to him? Oh, I'm not sure. This is something I've never seen before. And suddenly, the horns vanish, and we're being watched. Suddenly, everyone in the room turns and starts to look, as it seems your effect has failed.
Can I do it again?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I'll fucking do it again.
I succeeded on my shit, so
Okay,
I'm gonna do it again.
one more time. We're being watched. Suddenly, he looks to Sid and he goes, Easy there, big fella. Don't want to do anything you'll regret. Hits him with his horns, and it causes him to flying across the room. And as he does, Sid gets fucked up just a little bit more. Okay.
You.
I say we go in, we target Sid specifically, and once he's dead, we get out of Dodge. We don't need to worry about the others. We're not here to kill them. Sound good?
Yo, what the
Right.
fuck is this? And then with that,
You know the Lord King is in there as well, right?
Correct.
And we get the stone, right?
That
Don't
would
care.
make us thieves.
I say, well, I don't care. We don't need the stone.
Roku, as you continue looking through the wall, you see Sid stand up and goes, What the hell? You promised me that this was going to be private. Horde. And all of a sudden, there's two men dressed in all black, just out of nowhere, seemingly out of like a holster on their back. They're holding these shafts, and all of a sudden, they seem to pop out as their collapsible crossbows. As one is aimed at the half orc, and one is aimed at the Minotaur. As they just, and as these arrows go, they sort of, and they seem to hit them bluntly, but then attach to them as they look down, and this lightning energy radiates off both of them, and both the half-orc man that you know as the Lord King Ulysses and this Potiphar, this new Minotaur, they both hit the door, or hit the floor as their, not corpses, but as their unconscious bodies just start to smoke just a bit. We need to get the hell out of here now.
All right, then.
I
Are you
agree with
ready
Hogar.
Are
We
you
need
ready?
to take the rock or else they'll revive him.
Oh, shit, yeah. Right. So are we ready to do this?
Yes.
I guess.
I'm going to touch the wall and cast Stone Shape. And what that does is basically makes a passage. If this wall is less than 5 feet thick, it just 5 foot square just reshapes into a passageway so we can get in.
It's
pretty
like
dope.
Diagon Alley is this wall.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Would you like me to read you the spell description? I have it pulled up.
You sort of like take your hand, and your finger starts to just like emblazon, and you just sort of like Qui-Gon Jinn on an extended basis. You just poke a corner of the wall, and with it you and you push it outwards, creating a sort of 5x5 square that has been cut out, and its edges start searing. And Sid looks over and goes, "Oh, I just knew it was going to be you.
As he says that, I'm gonna whip out my staff, flourish it a bit, hold it pointed towards Sid, knock knock, and then charge at him to go kick his ass.
You hop through the barrier and run in as you see the two henchmen pick up the crate, and Sid goes. Purple mist starts behind them. A fabric gets ripped through reality, and all of them just get. The portal shuts, the mist dissipates as they are no longer standing in the room.
Please,
So
for
we
the
have
love
that
of...
counter spell on him, do they?
Right, now that we're inside, I'm going to cast Stone Shape back on the wall. Put it back the way it
As you
was.
all enter through the doors and see the remnants of where Sid and his crew used to be, you sort of like wipe away the smudges of the ash that you burnt out, and it's all just back to the wall again.
And I'm a rush over to the Lord King and try and shake him awake.
It seems that they have this like sort of arrow stuck on him, and Hogar, as you look at it, you notice that this is the same type of arrow that you saw in the weapon shop. It seems that its main properties are being able to incapacitate someone. It's like a taser, basically, as that small vial of blue liquid has been depleted. But as you like pull it off, and it leaves this red mark on him like a big hickey, and like these three like sort of pincers have stabbed their skin to like lodge it in. But as you like wake him up, ow.
Lord King
Ow.
Ulysses, are you all right? There was a commotion. We came to check you.
What happened?
It looks like whoever was back here with you attacked you and your Minotaur friend.
Oh, God, don't tell me that was you messing with Potiphar's head.
I
He's
haven't the
susceptible to
faintest
that
clue
sort
of
of
what
thing.
you are talking about.
Roll deception check.
Oh, shit. Oh. Deception?
Mm-hmm.
24.
Damn.
So, what the? So somebody else showed up and started charming Potiphar, and then you happened to show up moments later? Wait,
Right.
how long was
we were
I
running past going to our ship after the auction. I don't know nothing about this sorcery nonsense, but I'm sure there's plenty of magical types who would do a lot of shady shit to get that rock. I mean, it does grant you immortality. I mean, you wouldn't put it past somebody to try and steal it. That's...
Really, it's a sort of lesser immortality. You see, it doesn't make you immune to every deadly effect.
You're missing the point here.
Oh, sorry, I
You-
forgot. I don't have to try to sell it anymore. It's gone.
Have you been paid by Sid?
Well, yeah, the shipment is on its way now. It's a lot of gold to just be carrying around.
Yes, I understand.
I mean, who would just carry around that much money? And you got to diversify your assets.
Technically, we don't carry money. We were planning on paying you in raw material. Anyway,
You guys are a strange crew. You ever notice that?
yes.
Yes.
What's also strange to
However,
yeah, never mind.
it appears that your deal with Sid it did not go well. He attacked you and your men.
Right, because Potiphar was going all crazy.
Yes.
Whatever. Once we get our financials sorted out, we can put all this nonsense behind us. Sorry about the stone, by the way, fellas. Business is business.
Right, but not too worried about that. More worried that Sid attacked you and that somebody was tampering with your friend's mind.
I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think you're gonna get paid. I'm pretty sure that Sid guy, like we said the other day, he wanted the stone because I think it was your son who made a deal with him and didn't pay up. So I don't think you're getting your money.
I don't know what you're talking about. And even if I did, I would have to recommend you keep your mouth shut about it.
Listen, we don't plan on sharing this information with anybody, but you have to understand the situation you're in. Sid is a bad man, and for whatever reason, he feels you owe him a debt.
Shid is honest with me, and that's all that matters.
All right. Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Anyway, we gotta go. Nice seeing you.
How the hell
Time
did
to
you
go.
guys get in here in the first place?
Well,
You opened a hole in your wall.
No, we didn't. We
We'll be
walked.
leaving now.
We walked through the front door like regular people.
The door flies open. You see these half-orc men are bruised and beaten and bloodied. And, sir! There's this thing chasing us around. You can't make me go back there. One hits the ground with exhaustion. The other holds his arm. It was horrifying. It knew my wife's name. Why did it know my wife?
Right. Sounds like you got some stuff to figure out. We're gonna leave.
And I'm sure this was not you guys either, right?
Right. I don't know either of
Anyway,
these two
we'll be
men,
leaving.
let alone their
I'm gonna
wives.
put my hand over Gronk's mouth, and we're just gonna walk out before we can get ourselves in more trouble.
You guys walk out back onto the street where you shut the door behind you, and when the coast is clear, Sweetie, your little beholder friend, sort of peeks around the corner, eye stalks first, and then floats towards you.
As it like kind of gets closer.
Bad
What the
guy.
hell did you do?
Distraction.
Right, thank you for that.
He then
Good job.
opens his mouth and proceeds to play like a 15-second recording of the screams of anguish from these two half-orcs. Why am I on fire? Ah! And it smirks a horrible crooked grin.
Right, that's horrifying.
Good
job.
I give Mike a
that
little
little guy
clap.
looked at.
We need to go
I
before
think he's doing good.
Lord King Ulysses puts 2 and 2 together. 1, that we were spying on him, because that's the only way we really had any way of knowing that Sid was here. And 2, that we obviously were spying on him because we came in through the wall rather than the front door, which is what we should have told him. Anyway, let's roll. And Gronk's gonna speed walk like a mom on Black Friday.
You guys all just hustle out of this area and leave behind you this absolute clusterfuck of a business deal that just happened. But to an outside viewer, it just looks like an average day in Trusk. Presumably,
As
you
we're
guys go
walking
back
back.
to your ship.
Yes,
Like, where are you walking to? The ship?
the ship.
Okay.
Gronk's out of here.
As we're walking back to our
Hogar,
ship-
sorry. Yeah, you can take both of the arrows from both Potiphar and the Lord King, but both of them are missing the sort of blue liquid in the middle that you had saw previously.
As we're walking back, I'd like to look over at Roku and Nikolai.
We should have went. We should have teleported in, and then we could have had to jump on them when they came back. It would have been perfect.
Well,
Right.
That's not what happened.
They teleported out of there, and I don't think teleporting in there would have changed that.
No, if we would have teleported over to Sid's place, then we would have had the jump on them when they came back because they wouldn't have been expecting us to be there.
We don't know that that's where they went. I mean, they probably went back to Waterfront, yes, but we don't know that they are specifically in the dance floor nightclub. That's the only place we can teleport to.
Well, we would have been in there and they wouldn't have known about it, so it would have been better than
Listen,
really
it
anything
doesn't
else.
matter now. I saw an opportunity and I took it. I messed this one up.
All right.
Then you can make it right when we kill him.
Trust me, I planned.
Roku, check for the boop 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 boop.
Man, I
What
had the
is
sexy
that?
action hero knock knock and it didn't work.
Knock?
Knock,
What?
knock. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah. Knock, knock. He's just like... It's a very his style of teleporting is different from your guys's. You guys like condense in on yourself and like get your atoms ripped apart and put back together in the new location, whereas they seem to like the Tesseract teleporting, like they
Like
like
a
the
portal, basically.
and they go into
Ours is in like beta stage right now, so we'll see where it goes.
it.
Anyway, at Gronk's request, I look for the orbs.
Yeah, nope, you don't see any. As apparently they have a pretty good idea as to where you're at right now.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
what's the plan now?
We plan a plan.
Oh, yes,
We shall
a
plan the
plan.
planiest of plans.
Okay, but first let's get to Port Green Glow, get the ship ready to go and actually go, and then we'll talk to Sork about the layout and how we're gonna plan our attack.
Let's
Sound
hope
good?
his secret entrance is good.
Well, I mean, you literally just watched me make a secret entrance out of no entrance with my fingers. It was pretty cool, I know.
Gronk's pretty
Eh.
good at fingering.
It was an okay entrance.
Shame, Roku. All right, and with that, do you guys all go back to the ship?
Yes.
All right. It is now nightfall as you make your way back to the ship. Oh, what a day it has been, as you have now seen Sid again, revitalizing your hatred and his absolute cockiness. But now, unfortunately, he has secured the stone for sure. And with that, you sort of sulk back onto the ship, where Sork is laying in the middle of, on his back, just like spread eagle. He's now sunburnt due to him falling asleep out on the open here. Do you guys do anything?
I'm going to huddle over by the edge of the ship and cast Sending.
Mhm.
I'm going to try and talk to Enigma. Are you alive? Has Sid hurt you in any way? Please respond.
You sit there staring at the water, huddled for a moment, and as you wait, the seconds draw out onto forever as you slowly come to terms with the fact you are not getting a response.
I have one more level 3 spell slot. I'm going to try and contact Captain Cooper. Cooper, are you alive? It's basically the same message I sent to Enigma, except Cooper instead of Enigma.
Once again, you huddle, just worried, staring into your hands as no response is given.
Damn. Looks like this is more of an assassination than a rescue mission. Or
Feel dead.
I don't know. There's been no response, and death is one plausible outcome.
Yeah, he has money. Maybe he has like a room that like you can't do magic through. Look on the bright side, guys. They're not dead.
All right, Sork. Wake up, buddy.
Oh, are you guys back so soon?
Yeah, we're making a plan. I'm gonna head down. Meet me down in the kitchen in like 10 minutes, as soon as you can.
Wait, when did the rest of you guys show up?
Like
Were you guys?
little.
But you told me that these guys were out of the forge still. What do you mean?
Well,
You know, it's been a few hours, right? We went and met up with them, did something, and now we're back.
But you and Nikolai came back and said that the rest of you guys were at the forge for the time being.
When was this?
Suddenly, up the stairs, Gronk, Nikolai, you are now looking at yourselves.
son of a bitch.
Oh shit. They just stare at you. What do we do? Gronk leans over and has this weirdly high voice. I think they found us out.
Yeah, no shit. Who are you?
I'm gonna block the exit.
It's me, Nikolai. You can tell that this man looks exactly like Nikolai, but the words coming out of his mouth don't sound anything like him.
Oh, yeah?
And
Who is this
This
guy?
guy. I point
I'm-
at real Nikolai.
I'm Gronk. So if you could just let us pass.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna look
What
around.
do you want?
Who wants the first hit?
Wait. Let's find out what they want. Why they're here first.
Probably fucking Nikolai's assassin friends.
How
Who are you?
how did you know?
Oh, right. We guessed right. Assassins.
Doesn't take a genius to figure this one out.
I'm sorry. Dude, the money was too much. I couldn't resist. Every assassin in the area is on your ass now, man.
Oh, you mean it's not just the 5 sent by Rick?
Oh, only 5 were chosen? You should have seen. 100,000 gold pieces for you dead. I mean, anyone would have taken that. You have the best of the best coming for you. I'd look out. Oh, by the way, his disguise recedes, and now you see a black tiefling man with horns receding all the way down his head, sort of in a curved nature, and he has this like big sore on his back, and he's dressed and clad in all this black plate armor. Hey, we thought you guys would not walk in. You kind of caught
You
us with
should
our pants down.
probably leave before things get nasty.
Well, anyways, are we supposed to introduce ourselves? Like tell you our code names or?
I think you
if
should
you-
just leave.
You have two options. A, you die, or at least try to kill us. Or a better option, there's a chance you can get paid instead of killing us, and probably more. You could come with us, and you could kill this guy Sid, and he has all the money you could want.
But if we kill you, we get 100,000 gold pieces. Are you saying you
And
can
this
offer
guy
more?
just had the money to spend 400,000. I think he's got a little bit more.
All right, but we're gonna need some down.
All right, sweetie. And I elbow him. You're the cash cow.
I'll give you 1,000 each right off the bat.
The Gronk You see that this is a smaller tiefling female. They look almost identical to one another. The black coloration and the horns that extend down their neck. Except she carries this bow on her back that is like made of chains and like has this weird red energy off of it. And she's like sort of like, it sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And we're sure you guys won't kill us in our sleep. Why?
Because as long as you don't kill us, we won't kill you. It's a pretty solid system, if I do say so myself.
We'll wait for you to make the first move. Other than that, you can trust us.
Hands where you can see him. And he reaches into like this sort of pouch and he pulls out a scroll and he goes, if you killed us, you were supposed to take this off our bodies. Our gold pieces up front now, and we'll give you the scroll.
Pull out the big sack of gold, like openly, reach in and grab 2,000 out, and like I'm just gonna say they're in separate little baggies because
1, 2,
or just sit there and count them in the little plastic bags. I don't know.
1,000 here, 1,000 here.
Now I'm gonna take the big bag, shove it back in my ass, and hold the 2 bags, and slowly like make halfway up for like a medium.
He's gonna like walk up to you and sort of like exchange the gold pieces for the note. Pleasure doing business with you.
So, I guess you'll be crew, or at least just with us for the time being.
This is strange. Not
A
really
little
what I
bit.
was anticipating on doing.
Me neither.
So,
Well,
truce then? He extends his...
yeah.
And I reach up to shake his hand. I'm gonna walk back over to Nikolai and like open up the scroll just so we can like both read it together.
yes, gibberish.
This is actually 2 lines of scroll, due to the fact that you get another line after every person you've killed. Sweetie, you now read in the giant in front of you. Give me a second.
After I hit my helmet,
I'll hand him the rest of the scrolls so we can line them up.
All right. You gaze at the almost complete, only one last line. It says, if you are reading, it means you have, in killing your wood, assassins. Come find me. Receive your personalized elemental.
Personalized. Okay, so what I have is if you are reading, it means blank blank. In killing your wood, come find me. Receive your personalized elemental. What were the second 2 words?
It says, like, you know how it's read vertically, correct?
Yeah.
If you are reading blank down below, it means you have blank. In killing your wood blank. Assassins, period. Come find me blank. Receive your personalized elemental blank.
Gotcha. Thank you.
The whole thing's gibberish anyways.
Not really,
yes,
but
it is.
yes, totally gibberish.
And I'm gonna roll them all up and hand them up to Nikolai.
Thank you. Stuff them in my gi.
All right, this
Did
is
you
going to
say-
sound like a little bit of a forward question, but that whole shape-shifty thingy, how often would you say you can do that?
For me, it's a lot easier. For her, it's once a day.
Oh, you mean like this?
And I like snap and I just like from the ground up, just and I turn into Wesley.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly like that.
All right, sweetie.
Yeah, it's
Keep it in
kind
your
of fun to do.
I kind of look at the ground sad as I snap again.
So
And kind of all just like.
it's all right. There'll be a time when it's useful, but right now I'm thinking. Do we have any white tablecloths here on the ship, or like?
You guys
Big
have
expanses of
you
white
guys have like a fourth of a tablecloth left because you guys tear that shit to pieces like every other week.
We should probably invest in. Why didn't we invest in one more? Okay, cool. I'm gonna head down to find it, and I'm gonna take Sork with me.
While you're like doing that, I go to these two. Are they like siblings? Do they
look to be.
You said they're both black tieflings, so.
So if you're going to be with us, I suppose you should take a room. Do you want me to show you where they are, or?
Sure. Hey, Nikolai, that's you, right?
Yes.
Is this how all your other assassination attempts have gone?
No.
Good, yeah, it's a little bit weird for me too.
I prefer it this way.
Oh. Well, it seems that whoever hired us thinks a little more highly of you. Expects you to just dispatch us with ease.
Yes, that is how I was raised. What are your names, both of you?
Well, technically, we're only supposed to give you our mantras, like the rest of the assassins, you know?
Oh, they have not done that. We killed them before they got the chance.
They never mention their names.
No.
Well, that was rude of them. We're the Death Twins, I guess is the name we're branded with. I'm Death's breath. She's Death's kiss. Oh, you think that's funny, big guy?
No, I never. I didn't say that.
Did you meet any of the other assassins?
Death's breath.
Yeah, there was a couple. He gives one last look to Roku. We were chosen because we've only been on a few other assassinations before, but we're brutal with our methods and we sure as hell are thorough.
Yes, that is pleasant, except where it's not. Anyway, could you give me a rundown of the assassins that you have met, just so I know what to expect going forward?
Right, well, let's see. What are we for you?
Cochrane man. You would be 3 and 4.
Oh, Birdman, played into his, Look, man, Rick gave him all these nicknames, all right? I'm not... So don't think this is a sort of, Anyways, apparently the bird was, the one-man murder. Like a crow. I don't know. Apparently this is some sort of joke to him.
Clever.
My master always had a strange sense of humor. He's
Yeah.
fond of dad jokes, to be honest.
Especially dad jokes involving murder, specifically. Like, that seems to be a
Yes.
niche specialty of his.
Yes.
All right, who else were you with?
We got a lizard man who was prone to casting fire spells.
Oh, no. I liked him. He was weird.
His head is now backwards. No, it's off. The Birdman's head was backwards.
They just called him Scorch. Pretty straightforward.
And the remaining assassin?
I'm not sure of his name, but out of all of us, he was the most normal looking. You know what I mean? Human,
Yes, you
black
do
hair,
look a little
normal.
strange.
Well, Trusk is where we blend in most, so. You see that this
doesn't?
the tiefling woman is like looking at all the odds and ends of your ship with her like she's sort of like snaking her head around at everything. She seems to be rather odd.
Your sister? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
She's a little weird.
yeah, that's the point.
Okay.
Well, it's late.
Oh, Sweet is on the other side of my screen now. That threw me off.
It's late. I think we have a double bedroom downstairs. If you guys want to be together, yeah, I think you should be together. It would just be. I think it kind of put everyone at ease. If that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Well, to be quite frank, I think your names are kind of stupid. So you are now DB and she is DK. Sound good?
Do you guys have real names other than Death's Kiss and
Yes,
Death's Breath?
breath.
I'm sorry, but you gotta have better names like Kyle and I don't know, Marissa.
Cassandra.
You're right. My name is Kyle, and she's Marissa Cassandra. You happy now?
Can we call you that and you won't get all angry at us?
Have you guys ever been attempted to be assassinated before?
Yes.
You
Yes,
guys are
sir.
handling it rather strangely.
Like I
You're
said,
the
we-
first ones that
we
you know
dispatched
we've
them
been
with
nice
ease.
to. But hey, on the bright side, you guys still get to assassinate someone. I mean, if you're going to help us with the whole Sid problem, yeah, you'll get to at least assassinate someone.
Lucky for us. Oh, unfortunately, Nick, whoever your next guy is, we were told we couldn't help. Apparently, it's some rite of passage. Now, of course, you're the one paying our bills, so if you want me to, I can, but I don't know. Rick seemed all spiritual and stuff. He seemed like that kind of guy, too.
I appreciate the offer, but we can handle it ourselves. Thank you.
If you can handle it yourselves, why do you need me to beat up some rich guy?
This rich guy has proven evasive.
Think of it more as instead of you're spending your time beating up some good or trying to beat up some good guys, you get to spend your time beating up someone bad. Good for the world.
Sweetie, I don't think these people really care about that sort of thing. They kill for money.
No good guys or bad guys
Okay.
in my business. Just profit.
Okay, think about it like this: you have a chance at killing us, a poor one, and you get some money. It's still good money, but just some.
A lot.
Killing this guy, well, that's a little bit more money. Anyway, let's just show you guys your
If
rooms.
it makes
and-
you feel any better, after we kill Sid, you can try to kill us too.
I'd like that. You guys, he sort of like nods and like, hey, get. And he sort of like snaps, and his sister like, huh? Oh, I was looking around. Does anyone lead them to their room?
I do.
Okay.
Is the guy who killed himself? Is his room open?
Killed him? Oh, that is where Roku was staying previously, if I recall correctly. But you guys also haven't spent several days on this ship. Roku's kind of moved upstairs.
Yeah, if you want to take
Mhm.
the room, you can go for it.
And because I know there are 2 beds in that room, so I'm just gonna bring him down into that room.
Here's your guys' room. We have someone who, or we won't be like creeping on you, monitoring you the entire time, but like, just don't be sneaking around trying to kill us because it's a waste of your time. You're just going to get yourself all hurt. So please, we can all just cooperate and be good friends for now. Does that sound fine?
I got a question. Your
Yeah.
disguising abilities. Where
Yeah.
did you get that from?
Why do you ask?
Curious.
You tell me where you got yours, and I'll tell you where I got mine.
I think I know.
Do you want me to break the ice? Then you can tell me yours.
I'm pretty sure we fall from the same tree.
Oh,
You're not alone, kid. That's all you gotta know. And he turns and like walks into the room.
And telepathically to him,
what? You like some evil secrets and liches, do ya?
He goes and like sits down on the bed, keeping the mystery apparent. But the sister comes by and like leans down to you, and you see that she has like no pupils in her eyes. They're super white. And like while there
Oh,
are
she's
like
blind.
the equivalent of black people in the world, you've never seen like a genuinely black person like, and it's weird. She looks at you and goes, "Thanks for letting us stay here."
Yeah.
And I'm going to back up and be like,
I have a girlfriend.
And she goes,
Stay.
"Are you sure?" And blows a kiss at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I just paid this bitch $1,000. Okay, you
It's
said
more like
wisdom?
$10,000 ish. Oh, actually, more than that. One gold piece is like your average daily wage.
Oh, okay. Okay, you said, what'd you say? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay, that's +3. That's a 21.
Oh, you sort of like get these like as she like blows this kiss at you. There's a sort of ethereal set of lips that start moving towards you, and you're like, you like swat him out of the air. Strong-willed. I like that about guys.
Eric,
Goes into the room as well.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Let's just say I have a girlfriend.
And with that, I'm going to give her a wink. And with the wink, I would like her to make a wisdom.
Oh shit.
I think it's a. Fuck.
It's not going to be very good.
I saw it by. Fuck. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
There's going to be an 8.
An 8. She will not hit on me because my wink was a charm person. And for at least an
I
hour.
want this lady to be less attracted to me, so now she's charmed by me.
Basically.
Genius. The
It's just, like,
ultimate.
Snaps upward. And like awkwardly like Nazi marches, like legs extended into the room.
Have a nice day.
And I'm going to close the door and walk back upstairs.
As you're walking away, you hear, "Did you try to charm them? Why can't you just ever meet people like a regular person?" You like slowly walk upstairs.
Oh, that's great. I love that. The know you card.
So they're back in their room. The lady's kind of creepy. She tried getting me to like not be with Enigma and be with her. But now she's not going to be interested in me for an hour, so it's all good. I'm gonna go cry in her room now, and I'm going to walk off into Enigma's room and lay down.
And as if on
love
cue,
it.
you hear the slam of the door and the to him landing on the bed and just.
All right. So did Sork follow me downstairs?
Oh yes, you
Okay,
guys
cool.
kind of watched all this happen, and you're like, "Well, that was weird."
Okay. What do we have for writing utensils? There's got to be like a pencil or a pen or something, or a quill or.
There's you like go through the vanities of people's rooms, and you find like a sort of makeshift stationery. You remember the old wizard's room?
Yes.
He has a nice little desk in there, and it's a nice. He kept several vials of ink and beautiful quills to write with.
Cool. And you said I found some stationery as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna sort of lay them out into a formation and kind of like have them overlap. I don't know if there's any way to make them stick. Really, doesn't. But like, do my best to like make them stick. I don't know if I have to like pick my nose and use a booger to stick them together. I'd rather not do that. But like, whatever. And then I'm all right, Sork. I need you to the best of your ability. Make a map, and it can be stick figure quality. Don't really care. Just need a map, general layout, so we can plan.
Oh boy. All right. I'll try my best. My best isn't good enough. He's like starts shaking and he's like, okay. Casino. Here's the room. You go here. And he goes to dip his quill back in and he spills the ink all over the page. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, man. I was never a writer. I'm sorry.
Oh, sweetie. Can you come out here, please?
Do you run upstairs and open my door? Because I'm in my room crying.
After waiting like 5 minutes. All right. So just stay here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run up to Sweetie's room. Open the door.
You'll see like that dress like bundled up in like, I don't want to say it, like, but like if you're going to hold a dress and cry into it, it's basically going to be like the bra section just like in your face. So that's basically what Sweetie's going to do. Just have like be crying into that.
Sweetie, you make me hurt a lot.
Wait, what are you doing? Get out!
Can a
Right.
man cry in peace?
I need you to read Sork's mind for the general layout of Waterfront so we can make a map so we can plan a heist or assassination.
I'm going to like start rubbing my eyes.
What did you say?
Just follow me downstairs.
Oh, okay.
And for the time being, I'm going to snap in like basically like a mask over my face. I'm gonna wear Sweetie's face. That's like a tired grin, and while I'm like
just like,
sobbing underneath.
and then like slightly behind is like your tears going up the mat. This like Halloween
the,
like you
mask
know
of
those
your
the
depression
antidepressant
commercials?
where the
Yeah,
antidepressant commercials
where
where
they
they're
have-
holding a smiley face in front of their sad face.
Jesus. You come back down and you see Sork has ink all over himself now as he's holding up the paper and goes, I tried to dry it out.
All right, let's we'll start over, and I'm gonna like sort of wad it all up, throw it away, and like. Ugh.
Okay. Oh,
take away the mask because then it's just me talking without my lips moving.
So I need you to think about the map of this place. And what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna take that picture from your mind and put it into mine. You're just gonna need to allow me to do it, okay? No harm to anything, okay?
Think of the layout. Just think. That's all you gotta do. Just think about it.
All right, I'll think of it. Okay. I'm thinking.
And while he's thinking, I'm gonna arrange some more stationery and try and start fresh.
That was the loading symbol of my monocle,
All right.
and I only have one more charge.
Right.
Of
But
today?
he is allowing you to enter his mind, so that is
Yeah.
So there you go. You zoom in and you get the Rose Gold Casino and the Crowning Glory bar. As you take a glance, you sort of see like, and as your this ethereal form walks in through the entrance, and you see these weird machines that when a gold coin is placed into, they spin 3 dials, and if they match, they pour out more gold coins, and if they don't, they don't give you any reward. You've never seen such mechanical achievements before, but there's a whole floor of these things, and finally, as you turn, like the casino starts to turn a bit left, and you get to past some tables that are like card games, like they have that sort of half a table around them, and they're dealing out cards. And there's about a floor of that as well, and you finally get to the cage area where the people are handing out gold coins and sort of like basically cashing in prizes you may get. And then in that room, it's sort of like you fade in through the room, and then you go back through a steel door, and you find this office, big desk, but behind it, on a table, is a bust of a Sid, and on the bust of Sid, if you crank it upwards, it opens this door on the left-hand side of the wall. And on the left-hand side of the wall, you walk in, and in this room, there's the safe. There's piles of gold. It's where they keep a lot of money. But then there's a stairway downwards that leads to this dark, dank room, a quality of which you haven't seen since when you found Nikolai. There inside the room, chained up, are Cooper and Enigma. You don't know like what necessarily state they're in due to them, just due to this guy's memory. You don't know at which point in time, but you see as Enigma's hair is in her face, but as she looks up, you see blood running down from her face, and you see that the entirety of her nose has been removed. There's now just a gaping wound where her nose previously was.
That's fucked up.
You snap back to reality.
Is it possible? Like I don't know, but like like how you can be like listening to a conversation and writing stuff out at the same time. Is that possible that I like could be like viewing this guy's mind and writing it at the same time?
I'll say no, since like you basically drug trip into his life, but as soon as you like snap out of it, you're like you still recall exactly what you saw.
Yeah, so I'm just going to draw that out to the best of my ability out on this paper.
And Sork looks down and goes, yeah, that's it. Nice. Couldn't have done better myself.
Right then. I saw that there's a safe right here. do you think he'd like keep the stone in there, or
Knowing
what's
him,
this safe used for?
gold, other elegant jewels as well. I'm sure this jewel is rather important to him. I bet he had it cut up and made into a ring as soon as he got back.
Um. So wait, this gets us down to Enigma and Cooper. This just completely bypasses Sid.
Unless he's down there at the time, which is highly unlikely.
And what if we want to confront Sid?
Then he may be in that office you saw. He may be at his office within the bar. I never actually saw it, but
Okay. Thanks for the map, I guess. Hogar, or not Hogar, you're Gronk. Silly brother names. If you can hold on to this map, I guess. I'll let it dry up overnight before you roll it up, though.
Yeah. All right.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some deep down emotions I need to let out.
the mask appears once more.
And then scuttle
Fair
back
point,
upstairs and go into my room and then do like the dolphin dive thing on the bed back into the dress and start crying again. As
Hogar,
it is just sitting there watching me.
roll a
cry.
woodcutter's tools check. It starts opening its mouth and crying alongside of you, as he is repeating the cries of an orc, the orcs that he attacked earlier today. Okay, yeah, seemingly minute task. You sort of like remove these old arrows from their regular steel tip, and you place these sort of curved like triangles that make up this green metal, and you like secure them on, and you do have to use this like twine to attach it. As they didn't do it amazingly, but it was nice. It's nice enough. It'll stab stuff if you shoot it.
Hmm. You said that you've mentioned that there are barrels on this ship.
Yes, we've used a lot of them. So from now forward, it's basically just like, yeah, infinity barrels. You know how it is.
Okay, so there's at least 4.
Oh, Jesus. Sure. They're all your empty barrels of food because no one has any food anymore. Besides the infinite cheese.
Metal Gear Solid, anyone? Barrel.
Okay, so they're empty. Do they look like they could fit? Like, could we fit in them?
With your armor on, probably not. You think Nick, Hogar, and especially Sweetie could if they tried, but Roku and you with your armor on is going to be nearly impossible. Armor off, maybe.
I ain't taking my armor off. The Roku can, but all right then. What about crates? Big ass crates that could probably
It's the
fit.
same sort of style for the crates as well. It's just this wasn't meant for hauling crates of people, specifically orc-sized people.
That's fair. Right.
If we went back to Skotua, maybe.
You went back to Skotua, there would be fucking people-sized crates everywhere. Convenient, but has a horrific subtext to it.
Right. If I were to time, do you think I could like craft like a big enough crate to fit Roku, and then another one to fit myself, using parts of other crates to like add on and expand the size of the crates.
Could you do it with fabricate?
Yes, that's kind of what I'm at. Like I can do
Okay,
it with like
that would be
fabricate.
convenient. I don't know what check I would have you make to Frankenstein together some barrels and crates, so I was just hoping you had something to just be like, I do this button, you know?
Yeah, I do. I was wondering if you didn't want me to do that. In case I okay. Okay.
Just gather up a bunch of old crates.
Cool. All right. Cool. And then right, I'm not sure I need to smuggle in Sweetie because he can change his shape. Like he can disguise himself as someone else. But I'm gonna go grab Hogar and pull him down to wherever the barrels are, and I'm gonna stuff him in one.
You sort of like, and you like put the lid on top.
Okay.
And Hogar, you are cramped as cramped could be. You're like in the fetal position, like this.
How much space to the top of the barrel is there, or is his head touching the top?
Like his head is like, he has to tilt it sideways, and you put it on top.
Okay. All right, I think I can make this work. Through the barrels, we'll just go all crates. All right then. Do I have enough, like, so we have the platinum, the adamantine, and then what else did we get?
Silver, I believe.
Silver. Did we get steel? I thought we got some steel.
Silver got used up.
Silver was you had and then got used.
Okay.
I'm not sure. This is kind of like your guys' thing to keep track of.
Yeah,
I don't recall if I took the steel or not.
I recall after you guys stole a bunch of shit, I was like, okay, here's the list of stuff you guys got. And then, like, other than that, like, I don't know what anymore.
Wait, you got a weird potion from Skotua?
There were these weird green vials in a lot of crates in the
I thought I had one too, but really I don't.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
we
can...
just kind of forgot about those.
Yeah.
All right, I'll identify it, I guess. I take 10 minutes to cast Identify.
All right. This is a potion that when consumed or when forcing others to consume, it will turn them into those terrifying, emotionless, feral lizard creatures you guys fought in the Panopticon.
That could be useful.
Permanently?
Yeah,
Permanently.
That could be
But it has
useful.
to be subjected over a extended period of time. It is not just a one charge and then they're like lizard person. It's they have the ability to resist it, and you have to give it to them for a bit. I gotta look up the specific stuff.
Question.
Carol.
Is it kind of like polymorph where it's like the creature is just like against anything that would be opposing it? It doesn't really have like the same allies? Or would it still be like, hey, yo, this is my bud?
I think it's
No, it is
built up
transforming it
transformation over time.
specifically into another creature, like
Gotcha.
not like against its will. I gotta look for it real quick here. I know where it's at. I just gotta find it. Okay. Let me render it. Subject force to imbibe this brew can make a. Okay. So you feed it to a person, and then no to the hickey arrow. It has to be imbibed through like the mouth. It has to be like ingested.
Are you
And
sure you're just calling those hickey arrows now?
that's what he called it. It's what I was. And then they can make a Constitution saving throw. On a fail, they start to transform. On a success, they take 4d6 points of poison damage. And then if they fail for the next 1d6 plus 6 days, they are incapacitated and slowly transformed into a Yanti Brood Guard. Lesser restoration or remove curse can end the transformation process, but after it runs its course, nothing short of a wish spell can reverse the effect. So that brings to light the fact that the people the lizards you fought in the Panopticon were probably people subjected to this.
Probably slaves.
All right. All right. Okay. Cool. Right. So am I just like alone by myself? No one wants to come hang out with poor Gronk.
Are you
Well,
top
it's
deck?
also late, but Hogarth's there.
Yeah, and also, what the fuck are you doing? You just kind of like push some barrels together for a bit, so...
All right, I sent you a picture.
What now? How so? Through like an email or like a...
Snapchat.
I'm not getting it, friend.
Okay, cool. All right then. So basically, it's a Trojan horse concept.
Oh, okay. I got the picture. Okay, give me a second while it loads here. I had turned off my Wi-Fi because it slows down my Zoom, so I gotta use my data here real quick. Anyways, explain the concept as we wait.
All right, so there's a crate. We'll take Nikolai, for example. Nikolai lies in the crate. This compartment door thing slides over the top, and there's support in there. So Nikolai's under there. There's a small chance he might have to hold his breath. It'll look like that. And
Literally not a problem.
and then we lay metal, like I'll shape the metal out, and it'll feel and weigh like there's a block of metal in there. And we close the lid over the top, and that's how we get smuggled in without raising any red flags. Now the problem, well, I mean, you could always like break the crate from underneath. Why would we put the metal under Nikolai? The whole point is to put it on top of Nikolai so that if they open the crate, they see metal and not Nikolai.
I like how it's just Nikolai. It's not even like the person. It's just Nikolai. That's the only...
Yeah. And I'm thinking,
we need to do this. We have, like, according to this dude's map, like a secret passage that leads us to the two people we're trying to rescue.
but we gotta get to the dock first. Like, this is to get us into the waterfront. That's not what I'm worried about. Get us into the waterfront.
It didn't seem like anybody was really watching ingress or egress last time we were there. We literally just showed up.
Yeah, but now he knows
we
we're
weren't there
ready
when we
for
showed
it.
up.
Yeah,
We weren't there when the boat got there.
But there will be people now, especially if he's watching us. And, we just tried to fight him. So he knows we're coming for his ass. And he'll probably have them increase guard if they're not already dead. Right. So then, from there, we take the Death Twins and Sweetie disguised. That way we only need to make 4 crates like that. We could, however, try and fit Sweetie in with Nikolai. But we don't have to. The other problem is it. And I haven't come up with a plan to smuggle him in yet. He might just have to pretend to be their parrot.
Just shove him in the same box as Sweetie. He's got room to spare. Oh, no, wait.
Yeah,
Sweetie's not in a
why-
box.
Why can't
Yeah, and then
why
those.
can't it be in a box?
Do you really want
Does it need
it in a box with you?
I'll do it. I don't care.
Well, and true. That is like he does the laser beams and boom, crate falls apart and you can get out real easy. Anyway, so the Death Twins and Sweetie disguised as somebody else will then be like, "Yo, we got some metal we want to barter and sell. You mind if we take it onto the land?" And boom, we're in the land. We're all like in, and Sid's all like checking shit out and stuff.
This is a good plan.
It is? You think so?
Yes, I really think this is a good plan.
You're not being sarcastic?
No,
I
I
would.
am totally ready to Trojan Grand condoms our way in.
Yes, I thought about that. And that's where the Death
Of course you
Twins come in. Because they don't even have to lie. They can say we were sent to kill them. And they're literally telling the truth. Literally telling the truth. And so they could say we stole their boat, then they'd be lying. But and then the reason, Sweetie, you'd be out is just so you could coordinate and telepathically tell us what's going on outside. We'll be in the crates. And we won't be able to
You
see
need line
a
of
thing.
sight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, if it is in the box with one of you guys, that
You can
person
talk
will be able to
To
know.
one of us.
I could talk to one of you.
Jesus, that's like the middleman connect. That's the holy shit. That's a problem. Through line of sight, so you change your line of sight to something else, so you can talk through. That's great. I'm digging the creativity here.
Wait, are we making one big ass crate that you're all going to be in, or a
No, I
bunch
was
of
thinking
separate
4
crates?
separate crates.
Why don't we just do one big one?
One big ass crate with wheels on the bottom. Then we could do it inside as well. And
Because one big ass crate is just that just seems fishy.
Yeah, that does. It
Like-
is a little suspicious.
That's like, I smell a rat.
You'd look at the crate and go, "I bet there are 5 people hiding in here."
And we'd use
then
the
they'd be wrong because then there's only 4.
and we'd use the platinum and the steel and not the adamantine. We'd hide the adamantine because the adamantine would be a dead giveaway. Platinum and steel are a lot
Honestly-
more common. But the adamantine, if we said, "Hey, we got a fresh block,"
Well,
right?
not if we're using the Death Twins. The Death Twins could straight up say, we killed them, took their boat, found their stuff. Before we killed them, they mentioned you as like trying to recruit us to help kill you. So we know you're wealthy. They have a bunch of stuff. We took their boat. We sold to you guys, trying to sell the stuff that we just took to these guys that we know are wealthy because they told us when they tried to recruit us. Murder.
But
It's got just enough of the truth in it to like be a convincing lie.
this is the problem with working with mercenaries. Is because if Sid finds out, he might try and buy them off, and I don't like that idea.
What
They're
if
already
they're
promised
already
all
familiar
of
with
his
each
money,
other?
so
They're
like,
also
we told them-
mercenaries?
anything Sid has, you can have. We just need to kill him first. So he literally, unless he wants to give them his entire life savings, he cannot outbid us.
Cool. Anyway, so that's the working rough
Mercenary
plan.
means anybody who fights for money. So yes, these people are technically mercenaries, Hoker.
Sork. Are we gonna? I haven't decided if we're gonna try and smuggle Sork in, but since he's smaller, I'd put him in with one of the skinnier guys rather than Roku and I.
Hey,
Hogar, Nikolai, thoughts?
I don't care.
Great input there, guy.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
should we involve the
interesting.
Wonder Twins in this planning?
Yes, because he's the one who's gonna sort of lead us in. We could give them Sork. Say we found this guy stowing away on their ship. But they might
seems
kill him
like
right
he's
on
great
sight.
danger. You don't like that plan.
But alternatively, they could take him to the torture chamber. No, that doesn't help us at all. It's better if Sork just hides in one of the crates with us.
I personally think we should leave Sork behind. I don't want to endanger him if we don't have to.
All right, then. Fine. Probably should have left him in Trusk then.
Honestly, this is a good idea. Was a good. Well, no. This way we can watch over him. We have not left yet. That is technically true. As a note, around this time, while we are planning, I would like to leave. I am getting at top of boat and sailing away.
I
All right.
assumed we'd started sailing. Okay.
No, you guys have just been sitting in park, like standing on the boat the whole time. Nikolai, pilot.
Yeah. That's just die roll plus proficiency, right?
Yep.
18.
Even though you haven't started moving yet, you give the stereotypical boat wheel twirl and hold on, and you guys start moving, having raised the anchor and up the gangplank and whatnot, where you guys can now discuss your plans further.
It is nighttime, right?
Yes.
I would like to.
Girl, you need to stop.
Sorry.
I'd like to kind of stop sobbing. Wipe some of the tears away,
Mhm.
and as I'm holding Enigma's dress, also pull out the ritual dagger and go to sit on the floor. And I kind of want to start calling out to Vecna.
You use your ability to commune, and as you look down, the dress sort of fades away into this sort of black mist, as does the rest of the room, as suddenly the whole all around you, it looks as if you are in the pitch black of night. As you hear a voice call out to you, and as if the voice had been resting in the back of your head for so long, it says, "Why have you called me?"
I need to ask you for something. We'll get through the details here throughout the night.
You've got my attention, little one. And before you rises this 30-foot tall being of pure skeletal bones and necrotic energy. It has that ethereal glow out of its left eye and left hand. It closes a book, and as it lets go, the book sort of orbits around it. As you see that this sort of forbidden lore is constantly surrounding him. What could you possibly need?
I need help getting my girlfriend back.
Yes, this is quite a predicament you gotten yourself into.
So, this might take a little bit. So I'll get you through the details.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do now. I read my messages. Everyone, you all mind your own devices for a little bit, as Sweetie requires a private conversation with Vecna. I will shove you all into a waiting room, and I will bring you back once he's done. 1 second. Tom, your last. Okay. And with that, you and Vecna now commune alone. I didn't see your message you sent.
Yeah, I was like, well, for after sessions, but it's good. It's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, I'm guessing you watch me almost all the time, if not all the time. So you probably know about the whole capture of Enigma thing. And with this God War thing coming up, I know I'm too weak. I need to be stronger to fight all these upcoming battles I have. And I know it's rare to even commune with gods half the time, but I'm asking for power or something. I don't know. I saw how powerful Roku is with the hand and eye, and I want something like that, and I'd be willing to give you almost anything if I can get my Enigma back, as well as fight in your war.
Child, you don't understand how difficult it is to get such an item to you. I did not choose for the hand and eye to be cast upon your plane. They were taken from me.
So, how difficult will it be for you to lend them to the plane?
You want my eye? My other eye?
I don't want to just be like, hey, give me this body part, give me this body part. But I don't know, your eye, a fraction of your brain or knowledge. I don't know.
If you think that I can
it's
just
dumb to ask, I know.
cast parts of myself off and send them to the plane, I can't. My eye and hand were removed from a betrayal and an ultimately magical item. But I'll be willing to work with you on this. If you get Roku to destroy the hand and eye, I will cast the eye back down into your plane if you send me my hand. It's that simple.
What if
Take a deep breath.
I know this is a common thing with gods, but what if I sent you a part of my soul, or I let you take it from me?
Sweetie, your soul is already in my possession, whether you like it or not.
Was that what that contract was?
Of course. Did you even read it? I thought you were better than that.
Well, I didn't really have the time to go through it all.
There's only one thing I want, and I know there's only one thing you want. This time it's not an eye for an eye, but a hand for an eye. And neither are yours. It's black and white, sweetie, open and shut. You have the easy part.
But Roku's one of my best friends, and I haven't had something like that. I don't know if I can just taking the hand or the eye from him, that would kill him, right?
Of course. Of course, you could go through the necessary steps to remove the hand and eye without killing him with the artifact held by the king of Titran. But that's a lot of work. But if you would like to approach him, perhaps while he is asleep, remove his hand and eye. Of course, it will kill him, but Due to his soul then becoming mine, I would give you a bit more power.
I don't know if I could bring myself to do that on my own. If you were there to, this sounds dumb, but almost like guide me through the actions, or I don't know, almost like inhabit my body as I do it. I think that
Oh, sweetie, I only wish I could possess you. No, I'm too far. The outer planes are quite the distance from your material one. But you have to understand, sweetie, power, godship, does not come easily, nor does it allow for friends. Everything I did to become a god was what people will call evil. But they do not see the bigger picture. There were souls I had to harvest. Yes, it was an unfortunate oversight on my behalf, but eventually I became the entity I become today. You have your choice, sweetie. It's all I can do for you now.
I'll look up to him.
I'll see what I can do.
I know you will. And he sort of fades back, and the rest of the world fades into view as you are now back. All right, does anyone else have anything they would like to do? Is where... Yes, but making arrowheads out of adamantine, they had to carve off specific chunks and whittle them down into arrowheads, and we rounded it to just a pound to make it easier. Hey, Nicky boy, what did you get on your piloting check? I've forgotten.
Um, a 14.
Okay. All right. As you continue to sail, does anyone have anything specific they would like to do?
I'm gonna go retrieve my smithing equipment from my room.
All right. You walk down to a room belonging to people you have never met, but apparently these people you venture with, they reference rather fairly. As you open the door, there are these two black tieflings, the twins you saw earlier, that are sitting around. And as you walk into the room, they look at you like you caught them, but they were literally just sitting at their beds. But they like have that sort of instinctual reaction to like,
Oh, yes, I'm not used to knocking on my own door.
I wasn't aware
Just
this was
gonna-
your place.
It's all good. I don't sleep here anymore. I'm gonna grab my equipment and leave, if you don't mind.
Sure. And as you go and like start retrieving your tools, the man sort of stands there and looks at you and like,
After I pack it all up, I'm gonna look at him and extend the hand. Roku.
he looks at the hand. Is that really it?
My left hand.
He looks at your eye as well.
Yeah, that's it.
How did you? What? Are you? I'm sorry. I'm a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, I get that reaction quite a lot.
So you must be a follower then.
Of Vecna? No, I would never.
Then why do you bear his body parts?
For the power it beholds.
You're using him for his power?
Using his.
You know, there are people that would kill to be where you're at. Maybe you should show some appreciation.
Are you some sort of follower of Vecna?
I suppose you could say that.
That explains a lot. The Death Twins, and I'm gonna chuckle and walk out of the room.
You hear that? What a disgrace. He turns to his sister and slams the door behind him.
Sweetie might have some new friends.
Gronk, do you wish to do anything else involving your plan for tonight? Oh boy.
Okay, so where's Sweetie at?
You knock on Sweetie's door, and there's a very panicked "Ah, ah, ah." But then
Is he decent?
as you open it, he's sort of putting away his sacrificial dagger.
All right, just too important. I'm gonna close the door. All right then. Can you disguise yourself as a well-dressed Wesley?
Like Wesley, but like what, in a suit?
Yes, exactly.
Start with the nice fancy shoes, and then the nice dress pants as you go up to the. He was a dwarf, not dwarf. He was a gnome, right?
I don't know. Was he?
He's your NPC.
What?
Wesley.
Oh, Wesley! Like Skotua Wesley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were referencing your what's his name? Your Bartholomew sort of character.
No.
Your other
Wesley.
personality. Sorry. Yes, he was indeed a gnome.
All right then.
The fancy clothes, and then up to his ugly little face. I don't remember how it looked exactly, but
It was rat-like.
I
Wonderful.
also don't remember his voice.
Like this.
Exactly like that. Okay.
Okay.
So-
Now what?
I'm not leaving a goddamn thing to chance with this plan. So, your name will be Alistair Stone.
Alistair Stone.
Yes, right. And if these bastards recognize you as Wesley, you'll say, "My middle name is Wesley," and that's generally what people call me. With me so far?
Yeah.
I have this all written out. If you want me to send it to you.
Do you want me to change my voice?
Nah, you'll be fine.
Well, because I think Sid's definitely hear me talk.
Oh yeah.
What are we thinking? Give me some.
I don't know. Voice. That's up to you, Chief.
Hello.
Nah. I'll think of some.
Right. Thank you. All right. You are the owner of Rock and Stone Mining Company.
Right. Mining. Rock and Stone Mining Company.
Because your last name is Stone. Wow.
All right. So, anyway, background. Before you owned this company, you were one of 70's overseers / bookkeepers for the quarry. Okay. But then
Okay, so I worked with
we
70.
we came along, murdered 70, and everything went to shit. You were no longer making the income you used to, the slaves rebelled, yada, yada, yada. So you had to start fresh. So revenge. And that's how you ended up with this boat and some of our stuff, is you hired the Death Twins to murder us. With me so far? I don't know why Gronk's voice changed. With me so far?
Oh, okay. Let me repeat. So, I worked with 70. I was like the leader of his digging, mining, excavation company. And then you guys murdered 70. So my business and my income went poorly. And I wanted revenge, I think, on you guys. So I hired the 2 black guys downstairs to kill you. And that's how we got this boat.
Exactly. And now you've this happened. You were in Trusk hoping to sell your precious metals. Found out that they were there, coincide, boom, lucky coincidence. You load your stuff on the ship, it comes over, and now you're going to try and sell it here at the waterfront.
Okay.
Can you remember that?
Alistair Wesley Stone, Rock and Stone Mining Company, worked with 70, mining company failed. You guys were the one who killed him, so I hired these guys to kill you. We were in Trusk to sell in our ores, and we saw them there, and we left to go to Waterfront. Why did we leave Trusk?
Because you couldn't sell it there.
Okay, so people weren't buying our stuff in Trusk, so we moved over to Waterfront, and that's why we're here.
Exactly. And if he's all like, well, why haven't I heard of it? Heard of your company? That's because you were really forced to start because you no longer have 70 as the slaver front. So you had to actually start your own business that
So
actually
we were
pays
with
your
70
employees.
under his company, but then since he died, we had to give it a new brand.
Exactly.
Okay, I can roll with this.
Boom. All right, then. Get some rest. We'll do some practice in the morning when I'm working with crates.
Okay.
Does the ship have anything? Damn it. We don't have anything for paint, do we?
No, you would not. And unfortunately, you just left Trusk, where the nearest paint store would be.
Damn.
Have you decided to clue in the twins at all on their roles?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Just wondering.
All right.
I didn't want you to show up at the waterfront and then they're like, okay, go. And these guys are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All right. So I'm going to go and I'm visit the twins.
Like you see the former Magnus's door and you, oh, this one knocks. Yeah, come in.
All right, you both here?
And the girl is like looking around. She's like standing on top of her bed, looking down.
Is everybody decent?
Yeah, we're here. We're clothed.
Okay, good. I'm here to talk about the plan.
I assume you recount to him the plan and his role in it, just to save you the time of.
Right, I was gonna do bits and pieces. There are things I
Okay, all right.
give them plausible deniability.
Okay, plan. Yeah, go for it.
All right. You were hired by a man named Alistair Wesley Stone. who is the owner of Rock and Stone Mining Company based out of Skotua.
I'm with you so
Okay.
far.
From there, you murdered us, like we as the party, because he hired you to. Because of some quarrel, doesn't really matter. The point is, you got paid to kill us. You with me?
Again, with you so far. That part was the truth, so.
Now, you're sort of escorting him along with some crates of precious metals that you're going to try and sell at the waterfront. And basically, you're there to look intimidating on the side of Wesley, is what we'll call Wesley or Mr. Stone to you.
So you want us to run that little deceptive game?
Yes, and you guys can look like yourselves unless you've been to the waterfront before.
Can I talk to you outside for a sec?
Yeah, go for it.
Stay in here. Try not to break anything. And he steps in outside and shuts the door behind him. I haven't been running this whole deception thing with my sister for too long, but she's almost blown our cover a couple of times. You see, I think she's possessed.
Oh.
Listen, I didn't believe it at first either, but she's been acting weirdly irrational, and I saw her try to blow a kiss at one of your small crew members earlier. She does this thing where she'll sway their minds. It's strange. And I was hoping you could help. Because we can help you if we're at the best of our capacity, but...
Actually... If she could not do that to us, that'd be fantastic. If she could do that to people so we could get past them, that would be fantastic.
What do you mean?
So, like, you guys show up, right? And they're apprehensive because they're going to be apprehensive. But she's all like, tee whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they're all like, okay, you can pass. Go take your precious metals onto the land, blah, blah, blah. Go and sell.
But did you see with your friend, it didn't work on him?
Right. Okay, so maybe try and, like, have her use that as, like, a last, like...
I can't reason. Just look at her. He opens up the door, and she's, like, standing on the bed with her arms out.
Right.
I don't know what's wrong with her. I think she's cursed or something, man.
I'll see what I can do. Do you mind? You can come in if you want. In fact, it's probably better if you come in.
Okay. Again, she's still standing, T-posed on the bed.
Hey there, you. What you doing?
Hi.
Right. Do you mind if I hold your hand? It's not weird or anything. I'm gonna, like, sort of reach out my hand. I'm gonna hold her.
She grabs it, like, just a little too hard.
Oh boy. And I'm gonna cast Remove Curse, and we'll see where this gets me.
You sort of push this heavenly divine influence onto her. And all of a sudden, your vision gets blurry, and you're like, Hogar. Nope. Sorry. Gronk. You lose consciousness. And hit the ground.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, no. The rest of you up deck see one of the Death Twins run up top. Guys, something happened with your friend. It wasn't her fault. I don't know. He tried to cast a spell. You guys gotta get down here quick.
I rush down.
I'm currently
down.
sailing the boat, so
I'll
Good to
run
know
down.
you people care about me.
Like, it's not that I don't care, but somebody's got to drive the boat.
You all hop down and downstairs, and you see that this lady is currently holding Gronk's hand as the rest of his body lies lifeless on the floor.
Ah, what are you doing?
He grabbed my hand.
Does she seem more normal
Is
than
this
earlier?
normal now?
Roll an insight check if you wish.
Insight. That's a 14.
Roku? Oh, I thought you rolled it.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I guess she seems relatively normal. You
What?
you pump a healing spell into this body, but it seems that he's in perfect physical condition. But as you open his eyes and sort of check on him medically, he seems that his eyes have like glazed over, and he's like not there mentally.
Are they white?
No, they're just sort of like glossy, as if he were dead. But you double, triple, quadruple check. He is breathing, and his heart is beating.
What did you do?
Yeah. What's the last thing you remember? What happened?
It's not my fault. It's
And
her
whose fault is it?
Who's her?
That is very unhelpful.
Do you want to go where your friend goes?
That's creepy as balls.
Will we be together?
Mm-hmm. Sweetie, she grabs your hand, and yet again, you drop downward. Hogar.
Nope.
Is Sweetie with me?
Yeah, are we together now?
I need a final Roku. You don't grab her hand.
Nope. I got my axe out and I'm gonna point it at her.
No, you don't understand. And then the brother who you previously had a quarrel with earlier, he goes, "Listen, look, I don't know what's happening, but this isn't her. She's got something in her head.
She just dropped 3 of my friends.
They're alive. I promise." Oh God, I knew this was gonna happen again.
Again?
We tried to get her help once before, but you guys are more qualified. Look at you.
Yeah, qualified.
Well, Roku, you have power. Why don't you try to save her?
I can save her by killing her if that's what you want.
No. If you kill her, your friends will be trapped forever.
What else can I do for her?
You can go wherever the hell your friends just went. She grabs you with both hands. You hit the ground. Gronk, Hogar, Roku, Sweetie. You all wake up. As you stand, you glance around and you see nothing but etherealness. Stars and nothingness goes on for miles. And as you are standing on solid ground, you are on a small 20-foot diameter patch of rock that seems to be floating nowhere in space. And as you look at each other, wondering where the hell you guys are, that is where we will pick up next week. As Nikolai has not a fucking clue what's going on.